Since you guys made it to the island with the skyship on it, about 2 weeks have passed now.
Oh, jeez.
So 2 weeks of rest, fishing, just sort of processing all the stuff that's happened to you. Petty repairs to the ship. You can't repair the Aether Heart, at least, until you have more materials, which Chronicler has been researching, but you were able to at least make some repairs to the wooden structure of the ship and that sort of thing.
Cool.
So, whatever you guys are up to now, Chronicler is somewhere off in near the center of the island, sort of in a strange trance. He has been going through the mental library, as it were, trying to find out if there is anything in his stores of knowledge that he can use to help you repair the Aether Heart.
So one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to spend some time scrying on people that I think I can scry on.
Yeah.
So I wanted to scry on my mother.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you right now,
I
I don't remember where
Wyatt.
your mother is or what she's doing. It has been too long, and I don't actually know where she is, so scrying will fail because the DM failed to,
The DM failed his check to remember.
Yes.
It's out there somewhere.
I also wanted to scry on Wyatt if I haven't been in contact with him lately.
Yeah. I think you probably have been, since you've been back on the material plane. You've been able to
Okay.
get in touch with him.
And then I wanted to scry on Leomarth.
Where's
Sorry,
Leomarth?
everybody's over here.
Yeah. Where is Leomarth? I think Leomarth is still just in gate, holding down the fort. So I don't think there's a lot you'd get at. Like, you'd probably just catch him in conversation with Gavin, most likely,
Okay.
if you scried on him.
I think that was everybody. And then the other thing I wanted to do was, at some point in the 2 weeks, I wanted to gather up the Emerald Wing and take them to kind of where I keep my stuff, I guess. And I'm going to pull out a book that they haven't seen yet. And because I haven't actually mentioned the book yet. So I'm going to take out the book. I'm going to take out one of my daggers. And I'm going to take out a quill. And I'm going to open to a blank page in the book. And then I'm going to slice my palm open and kind of dip the quill into the blood coming out of my palm.
What is nasty?
And I'm going to hand the quill I'll hand it to Zafine first.
It's probably good. I don't think Twilight will take it.
I'll kind of offer the book to her. And I'm going to say, write your name here on this page.
I'd rather not sign things without reading the fine print. What are we doing here?
So
This is really intense.
I'm using the gift of the protector. So everybody's going to write their name in my book of shadows. And then one person per day, when they go unconscious, instead they'll be brought down to 1 hit point.
Dude. That's intense.
So I'll just
Look
kind
at
of pass the
shadows.
quill around to everybody so they can write their name in my book.
I'm practicing with a stick in the sand. Okay.
Gotta make it good.
Suck it, Death Lord.
That's right.
Gotta make sure.
And
What
it's not
then-
happens if you have, like-
And then I
So
wanted to do some yoga with the thing and just kind of come to inner.
You're gonna do some yoga?
Huh?
You're gonna do some yoga?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some
Okay,
yoga.
Mouse is gonna join on that.
Yoga session.
Okay, it'll be like
Really
like
terrible
a
version of whatever you're
hybrid
doing.
of yoga
It'll
and
be like
hiking.
Ring's elegant pose, and then there'll be like Mouse's.
Ira joins in on the yoga for a few minutes, but she very quickly loses patience and like wanders off to do something a little higher impact. Looks for something to punch. Just- like maybe she goes and like spars with Jisoo or something. Just-
Mouse notices that like a tiny speck of blood got on her arm, and she's just gonna like flick it off.
Like Rin's blood.
Yeah, she's just gonna like clean that up really quick.
I'm gonna walk over to everybody doing yoga, and I'm just gonna like plop down, like, okay, here we go, and then just lay back and take a nap. It's like, come on, man.
And it's like, we just leveled up. Do it around him.
Oh.
Yeah, Murmur is off by himself somewhere, just meditating. He's been trying to get in contact with Gel and has not really been forthcoming about whether he's had any success, but he has just been communing for at least an hour or two each day. Trying to remember who all you have with you, because I know Ira's still here and Murmur's still here.
Ira, Murmur,
Frederick
and
is with
Frederick.
you.
And Frederick.
Frederick and the
And
grasshopper guy.
Chronicler.
Chronicler.
Yeah, the moth.
Grasshopper.
Is your Mothman? The Elera.
So I have a question about this pact that we just made into the Book of Shadows. What happens if, so like, the Fiend had a very like auto kill experience recently. What happens when that could,
so
like, you
it
have no
doesn't
brain?
work- It doesn't work on auto kills, but if you are in the realm of unconscious, you'll be at 1 hit point instead.
If it's
Gotcha.
auto kill, you kind of like twitch a little bit.
I tried.
Hey, David.
Yeah.
Would Jisoo be able to start training with Tamati to start becoming proficient in athletics?
Sure. It'd probably take some time to get
Yeah.
up to a proficiency, but
But just get like 2 weeks out of the way.
yeah.
And then he wants to train with Vindra, is that her name?
Ira.
Ira. That way I can justify switching the +2 dexterity to the Crusher, where it's more like impact and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, Vindra is a character. She's just in Gate. She's the
She won the City Watch.
yeah, she was the tiefling member of the Watch that was like the forensics expert essentially.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tiefling
okay.
or the Fire Genasi?
Tiefling or fire? I think she might have been half and half.
Yeah,
I
isn't
don't
she half
remember.
elf? She's half elf, like half fire genasi, I think.
Because I just remember going,
Yeah.
you look magical.
Yeah.
I just remember she had.
half-
Yeah,
half
I just
elf,
remember
half-
pointy ears and fire.
Yeah,
Hello.
half elf fire genasi. I was.
Oh, you're good.
It's just been too long.
It
I
has
don't
been a long
remember
time.
half of it.
I say the only reason I remember is because of that. So
Yeah.
cool.
So were you fishing at some point during this 2 weeks?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd fish at least once a day. I'd be out fishing.
Yeah.
So, alright, time for breakfast. Run down to the river.
Yeah.
The river. This is ocean
All right,
fish. man.
fine. The ocean.
Yeah.
Run down to all the good
Well, last time
places.
it was lagoon fish, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
we had all kinds of stuff. We had bluefish. I took really good notes on the fish for some reason. Yeah, the black sea bass and the haddock and bluefish. Because I write that stuff down.
Give me another survival roll. I'm curious if you have.
Survival. Man, my survival is off the charts. That's a total of 21. I rolled an 11.
Nice.
Bam. I love survival.
Yeah.
So after a few days of fishing, you find your way over from the spot that you've mostly been fishing in the open water. You kind of wander around the edges, and off in the distance you kind of can see the water looks a little bit lighter. Maybe a few hundred feet out, you can just sort of see, and what you're starting to get the sense is that there's a reef wall over around there that is blocking in this hidden little lagoon that's kind of it would have been easy to miss, but you suspect that because it's protected, the life in this hidden lagoon is probably a little more diverse. There might be bigger and better quality fish in there, so you can...
I say bigger and scarier. No.
Technically, if anything, it's more likely that the stuff you would find outside would be scarier.
Yeah.
'Cause,
yeah, absolutely. These the open waters out there. Cool. That's good. That's awesome. Now I kind of want to like dive in and inspect the reef a little bit.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do
Dude, I will totally go because I can.
breathe underwater.
I don't have to breathe underwater.
Yeah.
I'll totally swim. Check it.
Yeah.
So
I'll come back from fishing with the fish and be like, Zafine, there's a reef out there.
The brain jar starts
So
floating
cool.
up.
well, if you're going to fish in the lagoon, let's do that before you go tell her about it.
Okay,
and
let's do
then
that.
like come back to dive.
Do that. Fish,
Oh,
fish.
man, I gotta remember.
So let's see. Survival roll to fish.
I rolled a fish. Oh, that's great. Rolled a 7, so a total of 17. Man, I love having high wisdom.
Let's see. I feel like there were bonuses that I'm...
I think it was based off the lure and location.
It was a very complex.
Yeah, it was a whole thing that I put together that was very complicated, and I don't remember any of it now. I have it listed here, I have to read over it.
I was gonna say, I think I had chat with you on that one.
Nice. So there's enough of a fishing bonus from this lagoon spot that you get a really good catch here.
Heck yeah!
Roll for... Let's see, what its size?
I think so.
I think... Do I roll for size? I don't remember. How does this work? What did I design?
New system, who dis?
Okay, yeah, size roll, which also gets bonus. So yeah, another
Oh no, we lost 81.
another survival, I guess. I don't remember if it's survival or something else, but
Natural 20! Right off the bat.
nice.
There's a mother of fish out here.
Yeah.
I'm worried about what's on the outside of the reef. I should be worried what's on the inside. It's a good dice.
And then your athletics real roll.
Oh no, I should have saved it for that. Okay, here we go. Oh man, I rolled a 4! No! Okay, but my athletics is plus 13. Whew. So that's a total of 17?
Nice. And you do get bonuses from the spot and like No, I guess real you only get bonuses from the equipment, and I think your rod has
Plus 1?
Yeah.
Something like that? I don't remember.
So it's not really all that difficult to reel this in because it's large by the standards of the species, but it's not actually all that big compared to a lot of the stuff that's in here.
Nice.
You pull out this 2-foot long, very bony looking fish that is kind of a light blue, and not only are its scales very reflective, and each one is like three-pointed, where it flares out kind of like this, and
Interesting.
they're and you notice that the scales are glowing very, very faintly. It's if it's too bright out, you might not notice until later, but make a nature check to see if you know anything about this.
My nature's not that great.
And if you don't, somebody else probably will.
Yeah, no.
But,
I rolled
Is-
5, so
is,
it's a total of 4.
Frederick,
yeah.
is Frederick fishing too? Because if so, Mouse is watching you guys.
I mean, I'm
Uh,
anybody can come that wants to. So
Yeah. Frederick probably would have come along, sure.
I'll probably say this is probably when Rin was like scrying or meditating or something, so she's probably not there.
Yeah. Yeah, you have no idea what this fish is. You've never seen anything like it.
that is a creepy looking fish.
It's very bony. It's in spite of its size, it's 2 feet long. It only weighs probably just shy of like 8 pounds or so.
Wow.
You don't suspect you're going to get a whole lot of edible meat off of a fish this bony, but you can get something. So,
Weird.
and let's see, that's duplicated, isn't it?
Yeah, so I got a total of 5 of them, I think is what it was.
Rod of plenty.
That's absurd because of what you're going to be able to do with it.
Yeah!
We'll try taking a look at the fish.
Okay, make a nature check.
Nature?
Guys, check out this crazy looking fish. It's freaky
I
looking.
think I got like a +1. Hold on, let me. Okay, nature you said?
Yes.
Sorry, it's loading up. I didn't have it ready. Okay, there we go. Nature, that is a 12. It's really bony.
Yeah.
Freaky fish, man. I'm telling you, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't just.
You don't know what it is either.
When you said bony, I thought it was like scaly or something. I don't know.
Ah.
Yeah, you know it's a member of the snapper family just from like the anatomy. That's about all you know.
Yeah, it's not snapper.
Ooh,
Yeah.
red snapper.
The shiny
Very
snapper.
tasty.
Just out of curiosity, Frederick rolls a natural 1. He's not even sure what a fish is right now. Like he's been through a lot.
Yeah, I got a 4.
Mouse roll. Could you check?
Sure, yeah.
You like
Come on, natural 20. Tell me what this fish is.
None of you are gonna know what this is until you get back to Murmur. Murmur's just
16 plus 4.
Ooh,
20.
dirty 20.
okay.
Dirty 20.
I'll take that.
So you actually are familiar with this. You've heard of this. It's a very rare fish. It's extremely sought after, and they're like the populations have been fished out in most locations. It's almost impossible to find anywhere near the mainland of any continent. Pretty much, it's been fished to within an inch of extinction
Oh, jeez.
out there.
Way to go, Smarty.
I'm a genius.
It's a star snapper.
Oh.
And the meat is extremely delicious and has the strange quirk that the meat also glows. And
What in the world?
like you've heard rumors about the meat having some magical properties. You're not 100% certain if any of that's actually true. But
Crazy.
Do you tell them any of that?
I'm just like, oh, can I have one?
Yeah. Each one of these, since they are as big as they are, you'll get probably about 40 ounces of edible meat off of each one of them.
Did you say 40 ounces?
Yeah, which is about 5 servings if a serving is 8 ounces.
Not bad, not bad.
No bad. It's no bad.
And Murmur actually will know more about them, although Mouse definitely knew enough to recognize that it's a catch.
Right.
But Murmur will explain to you, and with more excitement than you usually get out of him. He's usually pretty reserved.
Settle down. Settle down.
But
It's just,
From
it's just a fish, man. I mean,
so after you eat an 8-ounce serving of Star Snapper meat, you gain 30 feet of permanent dark vision that lasts forever. You always have that dark vision. If you already have dark vision, that 30 feet stacks with what you have, but it won't stack with itself. You can't get more than one round of extra dark vision from Star Snapper meat.
I'm so excited for this because I don't have dark vision or dim vision. I have no
I have
vision.
devil sight. I should
Yeah.
180 feet. No, just kidding. I have like 120 dark vision, so I'm good.
Well, I mean, a serving of this will give you 150 feet dark vision because it'll stack 30 onto whatever you already have. So,
All I feel like,
That's amazing.
yeah, all
Are
I
you
feel
sharing?
like those without dark vision might benefit.
But you can only get one benefit, and there's enough for everyone to have at least.
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah.
can all
'cause
have some.
it's 5 servings per fish, and he got
5 fish.
Yeah, there's
The
totally.
We got 5 of them.
25 servings. All right, who wants to
So-
see forever?
Well, can
You close your eyes.
More.
You still see everything.
it's like you've got enough for
I'll
all of
never
you
sleep
and all
again.
of the NPCs to have it, and then still have
Right.
more left over.
Have
So
extras.
I thought,
So we
it
need
was
to, like,
one fish.
salt
Like
it.
hold on to it and sell it.
Yes, we can dry it on the beaches, like in the sun, and then
Yeah.
sell it as commodities, like little jerky sizes of
Vision
vision.
boosters.
Yeah.
Or like make it so small that it is starfish, but it's not actually giving people like you could go really scammy with it, like got all these
Dilute it.
benefits, but it's just like this tiny thing and it's not gonna do
It's like
anything.
sushi. There's a sushi roll. You get like half an ounce of starfish, and then
We've corrupted Zafine, you guys. She's thinking of scamming people.
well, she's not in the right mind, so
She has to brain in her jaw.
Yeah.
Things have happened.
It's like-
She's
Yeah,
not
she's-
in her right mind.
she's technically in somebody else's right mind at the moment. It's-
And left mind, and it's just weird.
Like, what kind of person was that?
oh man, I love it. Well, I'm definitely gonna eat some because I cannot see in the dark, and it drives me nuts.
yeah.
Like my headdress has got the glowing
Eat it,
Taffy feathers.
eat
It
it.
gives me like 30 feet of dim vision, which is I appreciate it whenever I have it, but
Yeah.
it also tends to light on fire and disintegrate from black pudding really easily. Okay.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
after that, I wasn't really planning on you getting like the multiple of the largest size of that fish,
The coolest thing in the pond.
but yeah, that's like legitimately whether you dry it or preserve it in some other way, the remaining meat will be honestly probably tens of thousands of gold pieces back on any continent. So it's,
Yes!
it's extremely rare.
This
And-
is like
Whoa.
funding our bear,
Wow.
funding our words.
Adventure?
Our keep?
Yes,
Oh.
this can fund our keys.
I'll get a manservant.
Heck yeah.
Manservant.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
That'd be perfect.
I still eat 2 portions.
Yeah.
Maybe we like shouldn't tell everybody in our group about this. Like I don't know, unless everybody sees it.
I mean, I would probably pose that anybody that doesn't have dark vision, I mean, if we really want to sell it eventually, than anybody that doesn't have dark vision, like myself. And Mouse, you don't have dark vision either, right?
Mouse has trust issues with Frederick, so.
Well, I mean, what? I see.
I was just worried that he would like disappear with it in the middle of the night.
I'd have to get it out of the bag of holding, which you're holding on to, so.
That's true.
So don't give it to him.
Good luck to him.
I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm definitely eating some. Because
I would love to add 30 feet onto my.
I would too.
So if we have a total of, let's see, you said it was 5 portions per fish. So if we ate one of the 5 fish, that's 5 of us that could have extended dark vision. Or dark vision. And then we ate part of a second one.
Yeah. We'd have 3 2/5 portions left to sell.
Yep. So are we...
If everybody present had some.
Yeah.
Oh, except the chronicler. I don't think I counted the chronicler.
Right. Yeah. So let's say we'll dry 3 of the fish and then have two of the fish. 2 of the... It's Tamati all over again.
Just mini.
We'll have 2 of the fish. They're this big.
It's like, my name is Tamati, not Tamathy.
I can get down with that. Yep. So we'll dry 3 of the fish. I just won't put up any fingers anymore. We'll dry 3 of the fish, eat 2 of the fish, and then whatever we don't eat of the second fish, we'll dry that. So if everybody here...
Well, also, too, if you, Daniel, are eating 2 portions, because that's what you just said, and the chronicler has some, then we finish off that second fish.
Yeah. I mean, I can always run back and grab some more fish, and then, I mean, if...
Yeah.
Like, why would you eat 2 portions?
So I can get 60 feet of dark vision!
Does it do
It
that?
does not. It does not.
doesn't work
Dang
out.
it. I thought you said it's stacked!
No,
It stacks with anything you
stacks if
already
you
have.
have it.
Hey, fine. Then just 1 fish. I'm keeping the rest.
And I'm
Stacks
salty
with-
about it.
Stacks with anything you already have, but will not stack with itself, because otherwise you could get, 400 feet of dark vision from just repeatedly eating it or something, and it'd be...
I'm fine with that. Alright, fine. I'll just eat 1 portion then.
You would be able to see forever. And
Who needs... Yeah, anyway. Okay. Alright, fine. I only eat 1 portion.
Right after we come out of the Underdark.
3/4 portion.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm definitely eating at least 1. So who all is eating 1? So the 4 of us, plus...
I'll eat 1 if... I mean, I don't need it, but I mean, 150 feet isn't terrible, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll now have 30.
Yeah.
So...
Ira, Murmur, Frederick, and the Chronicler would also...
Okay, so if everybody had a single portion, except Mouse doesn't want to give it to Frederick.
Well, I guess she wouldn't want him to know that it was worth a lot, because she wouldn't want him to run away
Sure.
in the middle of the night. So if there was a way to give him some without him,
Knowing what it is.
I don't know,
Why can I see all of a sudden?
won't do anything. It's just delicious.
It's the
I
magical
don't know.
waters, they have healing properties. Yeah, so, yeah, that would be 3 fish and 1 portion that we could jerky. And so, save for later. That'd be easy enough to do. So that gives us a total of 16 portions left. And everybody has
Hey,
an
I gotta
additional
go grab my
30
dinner.
feet.
I will be right back.
Uh-huh, that's all this fish talk.
It's fish.
So we have 16 portions left of fish that we're drying.
On the star snapper.
And everybody
This is why I
has
shouldn't-
a feet.
I shouldn't let you have that rod of plenty. If it's like that, what you have left is 56,000 gold pieces worth of fish if you sell it back.
Yeah, buddy.
Fantastic!
Because it's like 3,500 gold pieces per portion.
Dang.
So
Fantastic.
We go give it to Kadra that, and you can sell it at his shop. I mean, his.
yeah.
Cool. I got dark vision. Woo!
Woo! Fishing bonus.
Let's see. I'm gonna have Murmur make. Oh nope, that's a natural one.
No.
Never
Poor Murmur.
yeah.
Oh man. I was trying to think if there's
And
anything
he's-
else I wanted. Oh, wait a minute.
He's probably about the only person present that would actually be able to manage what I was thinking of, so never mind.
Darn it.
Because he was going to check to see if the fish that you caught was, I say singular because it's duplicates of the same fish.
Okay.
Like if the fish that you caught was female, and he was going to check to see if it had like roe,
Yeah.
and if so, if you could like sell the roe for repopulating and
Right.
make even more bank off it when we got back.
Right?
But he's probably about the only person here that would have the kind of nature skills needed to know how to do that without damaging anything. And like,
I was gonna say. I mean,
Can
we could always. Yeah, I was gonna say we could, as we're cutting them open, you might notice.
Can we
I
put them
wouldn't
in the
because
bag?
I'm
Of,
just there cooking.
if we put them in the bag of holding, will that make it stay fresh or rot? Or
Yes.
it's not a bag of colding. It's the,
well, I was
So
asking for
we-
vacuum. So like,
it.
I mean, air won't get to it,
I'd
but
say that probably just after he failed to check, we'll say he checked before you actually butchered the fish, but after he failed to check, that it just was not
Sure.
doable.
we'll just murder dragons for money.
Dragon Hunters. And by saying
Just make money the honest way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Work for my money.
Just
Heck no.
just the mean ones.
Yeah. And by me cooking, I mean Zafine cooking. Because, I mean,
Yes. Yes.
I know how to, like, it's like the classic guy trope, you know? I know how to use a barbecue, that's about it. If you wanted to make it taste good,
Yeah.
I cook a mean owlbear, but other than that, just kidding. I've never cooked an owlbear.
It's like, is
Maybe once.
owlbear white or red meat?
Depends on it depends on if you
Which
use the
part?
top half or the bottom half.
I think
The legs are definitely red meat.
D&D Beyond made a joke about that.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Like, is it poultry or is
It's that weird hybrid that just tastes amazing.
yeah.
Put a little garlic salt on top of that. Yep, it's good stuff. Okay, anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna start scouting around the island. Oh wait, no, we're gonna scout out the reef.
Yeah,
Yes.
you wanted to go.
Yes, explore the reef.
So now I'm going, okay, I gotta go see if there are more of these. And I'm gonna go to the reef because I'm guessing that's probably, I mean, I saw the reef and then I caught the fish. So in my mind, correlation, we're gonna go. None whatsoever, probably, but that's where I'm headed.
Yeah.
And the jar has like fluid in it, right? It's not just like a dry brain. So it should stay with me. I've got
Yeah.
It's like a dry brain.
Yeah.
It's not a jerky brain.
yeah.
Like, Dry Brain is my new band name.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah,
Scope
let's do
out
it.
the reef with Zafine.
All right. So, you dive in. There's still enough daylight here that the water is this really beautiful clear blue. And this reef is just brimming with life. There is motion everywhere. There's like a shimmer as you dive in, as you see just schools of fish like boiling away from you as they just realize something's jumped in. And fish of all size. You see these sort of big, probably foot wide at the largest that you're really seeing, the free swimming mollusks. They're like these obsidian black shells just kind of flapping their way through the water, then with the using their shells to like tread water, and they're really, really beautiful looking. You don't see any kind of predators in here. It looks like there's way too much of a population for there to be large scale predation in this lagoon.
Nice.
As you swim out a little closer to the sort of walls of the lagoon where it does open up onto more reef. This reef continues for as far as you can see. But you reach sort of the walls that are holding the lagoon. You can see out there that in the open water, there's still a lot of activity around the coral, but it does look like there are probably more predators out there that are keeping things a little more under control.
Not going past the wall.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, when you were describing the mollusks, the first thing that I thought was, that sounds like some cool armor.
Yeah.
Depending on the size. Yeah.
Yeah, the smallest ones that you see are probably 4 or 5 inches in diameter. The largest are over a foot.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I want to see if I can catch one.
Yeah. They do move surprisingly quickly, but let's see. Make an athletics check to chase one down.
Okay.
Can I like assist by trying to like trying to position myself tactically?
Yeah, try to sort of herd them his way.
Right. I got wings and feathers. Got a lot of surface area.
A lot of motion there. That is a total of 30. I rolled a 17 plus 13 athletics.
Yeah, you catch up to one of them pretty quickly, and now make let's just call it raw dexterity.
Okay, that's not terrible. It's not great either. Total of, let's see, 9 and 3, 12.
Okay.
It's a little slippery.
Yeah, you're able to catch it. The shell does slice up your hands a little as you're like trying to grab onto it.
Oh, so
Monty goes to do a raid.
When I see the blood in the water, I'm gonna come over and just give him healing to heal that up, because I know predators are attracted to blood. So
Yeah.
we don't want that.
Punch it.
Oh, and I would have healed after we signed her book too, if that was something that if that was like okay to do as part of that process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have to wait until everybody signed the book, though.
For sure.
Slice. I'm healed. Dang it. Slice.
Stop doing this.
The pain! Wait a minute, please!
Fantastic.
All right. So the one you caught, it's probably about 13 inches in diameter. The shell.
Nice.
This big, beautiful obsidian black shell. You'll have to take a closer look at it when you're back on shore.
Sure, yeah.
But
Cool. And mollusk like 2 halves kind of thing?
yeah, it's like a bivalve kind of.
Yeah.
Come out of the water.
So while we're swimming around, just because I've heard, people talk about pirate stories and all that fancy stuff. So I just like, and this is like a really secluded place. Like I just got like a silly eye out of my corner of my eye. Like, is there a treasure box around?
Yeah, I guess investigation would probably be best for that.
Sure. Yeah. That's a 18.
Okay. Yeah, it's so colorful that in here that it would almost be hard for you to notice anything.
Anything stand out.
Like it's very, very brightly colored. The coral itself is multicolored, almost fluorescent in places. Some of the coral is iridescent and catches the light that's filtering down. And but you do, in addition to all the natural glitters, actually what strikes your eye is a spot where things are darker and a little less colorful. On the far side, sort of out towards the furthest walls of the lagoon.
Is it still on the inside?
Yeah, still on the inside. You see down near the floor, there's kind of a spot where the coral funnels into just this hole. And it looks like it goes a very long way. It gets like it's completely black after a certain distance in because it just keeps going inward at an angle. Looks like it's kind of going down.
Well,
it's probably
good news. I can see in the dark.
Maybe 15 feet wide at its widest point, and doesn't look like it gets too much narrower than that as it goes down from what you can tell.
Cool. So Tamati's probably come up for air. I'm gonna go say, hey, I'm gonna check out this really interesting, almost like a cave in the coral. I'm gonna go check it out and see if there's anything interesting in there.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Cool. I'm gonna make my way over to the shore to let the chill.
Right.
Try and get it out of the water so it doesn't run away.
Yeah. So you swim towards it, and I don't know how far down you want to swim, but it maintains a pretty about 10 to 15 feet is about as narrow as it ever gets, and it continues to just be black. Eventually you get far enough in that almost no light is filtering in from the surface anymore, and you can tell it's still going. Even with dark vision, it's very dark. You can still see some like the shapes of coral, but dark vision you don't see the color of the coral anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm like super curious now. I've had a really good, relaxing time. I'm like ready to check this out and just see how far it goes. I want to see what's at the bottom.
Yeah.
And I'm paying attention with dark vision. I've appreciated all of the colors and things in the reef above. Now I'm mostly like, what's here? What is like watching out for anything that might be dangerous or hazardous or interesting with my dark vision, now 90 feet of dark vision, and my blind sight as well.
Sure. Okay, so you keep swimming. You would have to guess it's probably about 500 feet that you're just going and going deeper, further down. You're sort of feeling the pressure of the deeper water beginning to press in on you a little more.
Right, that may be more of a turning point than the air. Yeah.
And after about 500 feet, the walls that are alongside you just suddenly stop, and it just opens up. You assume this is some kind of cavern, but it is so vast that you cannot see anything but just darkness. It's like you have just swum out into open space, and you're just staring down at nothingness. And you can very faintly see, with your dark vision looking back where you came, like you can see where you came from. You can see the hints of whatever little glimmers of light that you might be able to make out from here, but almost nothing filters down, and everything here is just blackness.
Sophie, next time let me cast Devil's Sight on you.
Yeah. and it is just
Maybe we'll do that
vast, and there's something unnerving about it. Like it's,
Yeah, I'm like a little creeped out. Like
yeah.
this is like big fish territory.
Yeah, it's
Big deep fish territory.
Gilmore.
It's the Emerald
Yes.
Void.
Zavine's just floating there for all eternity.
Right, I'm just
Giant
kind of
geode.
like taking it in a little bit and then be like, "Yep, I'm good," and kind of slowly backing up.
Let's go back.
Turn up. Well, wait.
Yeah, it's,
I might check the wall outside the opening, like to just see, like, is it a wall? Is it like a tube, or like
Bunch
what's
of
kind
teeth.
of the Am I in a bee? Am I getting eaten right now?
no,
You never know.
at some point along the way, the walls transitioned. The coral stopped growing further down, and it's just raw stone.
Okay.
Like it's a massive cavern, from what you can tell. You have no idea what the dimensions are. You have no idea how far it goes. You just know, like, you have this tunnel coming down, and it just flattens out and opens up, and you can't see the ends of it or walls in any direction. It's just open,
Dang.
Right. So it's like I just came out of a sea cliff.
essentially.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Cast a
All right,
fireball. Road flare.
I don't have a fireball.
I cast fireball
Helpful.
under the water.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like a road flare. It goes forever.
Yeah.
I know magic.
I'm not going to do that because I am a little creeped out at being
Yeah.
this deep, and like the pressure is kind of unnerving being this deep. I've never been this deep in water before, so I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make my way back up,
All right.
and kind of like I'm gonna be like a little paranoid going back up, like paying extra attention to like feeling for anything behind me.
Yeah. There's
Like that dark, like you're walking in the house at night and it's dark and you're like, something's gonna get me.
yeah.
It started with
Yeah,
curiosity and now I'm creeped out.
Yeah. You keep checking behind you and never see anything. There's no motion. There's no sense of motion. You'd gradually come back to the light of the surface, and even as you emerge into the sun and the beautiful lagoon, there's still a distinct sense of lingering unease that
It's
is
got your
just
scent.
sticking to you. There is, it's like, and the water also got noticeably much colder the deeper you went. I forgot to mention that too, because it's not warmed by the sun down there. It was
Right.
like, so up here it's like warm and tropical weather, and down there it was like, you were steadily going into deep ocean kind of temperatures, and it was.
Snake River in March, kind of what.
But even as you come back to the warm water, there is a sense that the cold is not fully leaving you. There's just something that is worrying about all of that.
Yeah. Okay. Huh.
I'm
Curiosity.
very relieved when I see
Fun.
Zafine finally come up. I'm like, it's been like an hour. What the heck?
So wait, is the chronicler from this area?
Chronicler is from beyond the far wall, the lost continent. Like,
Okay, so he wouldn't know anything about like this area.
Not specifically, no.
I feel like that's part of what confused me is I thought we were on the other side of the
Yeah, that's what I
firewall,
thought.
No.
Not quite.
but not yet.
Yeah. Sorry, Tamati. It just went forever, and like, you've heard pirate stories. That would have been a perfect place for like a pirate treasure, but it wasn't. Nothing really happened. It just went forever, and until I just came out. It seemed like just into open water, but it was like deep, dark, cold. It was creepy down there, and like, ugh,
So,
kind of like hard to shake creepy.
so with my seafaring days, would I have heard of anything like this anywhere else?
Make I'm trying to decide what kind of check to call this.
Like history or
It'd probably be history, but I feel like...
history, nature. It's basically the same roll between the two.
Make a void check.
But, yeah, like, history, but
Make a whole
with,
check.
with advantage because of your background in your seafaring days.
Yeah, I'll take that 12 minus 1. 11. Yeah.
I'll also say you have a little bit of a bonus just because this is, like, there's... So you, you know, soldiers at sea, like whether the sailors and, like, Navy men and that sort of thing, you especially would hear this when you had interactions with, like, sailors who were warriors.
Yeah.
Your seafaring soldier types. They would occasionally, there'd be the blustery guys that were always so convinced of their toughness. But you very distinctly remember this one guy who was all bluster right up until someone said something to him about, like, oh yeah, like you're all tough until, like, why don't we send you back into the hole? And he just went completely quiet. And he just shut up and, like, didn't speak for the rest of the night. And you later questioned him about this, and he was pretty hesitant to talk about it. But he had found a hole while freediving when he was younger and had just sort of gone down, and he wouldn't tell you what he saw down there, but he said that there was just, like, this emptiness that he found, and he said something about it being a ship graveyard, and that there were lost things. And he said not all of the lost things were dead.
Oh, now I want to go in too. I'm like, oh man, I got a story for you.
It's Ukatoa.
Nah, it's not Ukuto. What's the most recent guy that just killed?
Nalotai.
Nalotai. No, Nalotai's evil. Oh man. That might be something we have to explore.
So do you tell Zafine that story?
Yeah. Like, what is this?
And, like, Tamati's all excited about it, and Zafine is, like, more and more like,
yeah.
that's totally plausible. That kind of makes sense. I am not interested in going down there.
No, it'd be so great. It'd be perfect. It's the best idea to go.
I don't want to go back.
I'm totally okay with that. Yeah. Like, everything's slower in the water. Like, she can still get around, but, like, everything is slower. And she's so, like, maneuverable is, like, her big thing. And so it's like...
But it'd be so cool. I mean, it's like lost history right there.
But how would you even get down there, Tamati? I don't have to breathe. That's going to be a problem for you. Even with, like, a breathing spell, that's only going to last, like, 10 minutes.
But it'd be so cool.
Actually, and I'm not strong enough to pull down an air bubble, so...
That's true. Get a big rock.
I actually think water breathing, the spell, if anybody has it, and murmur I don't remember, but I think water breathing actually lasts 24 hours.
Hey, there you go, that could work.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We're gonna do this. This is gonna be great.
No.
Sounds like I'm being outvoted again.
Remember when the Kraken almost TPK'd Vox Machina?
What's that?
Metagaming drow slaps you.
Yeah, well, they're basically gods. We're not, so.
All for reasons not to go in to the haunted hole of scary darkness.
But it'd be so cool. We can find allies down there.
There's probably great treasure there too. that is like.
Yeah.
I was looking for like a chest surrounded by colorful coral that I just go grab. This is like
This is like
not worth it.
multiple ships gone down, shiny things everywhere. I'm just saying.
Which attracts all sorts of stuff or brought stuff down with it. Yeah, that's like
terrifying.
this is no longer vacation treasure. This is this is adventure treasure, and
See,
we already have awesome fish that give us tons of money. So
This is the part that I don't get. So like, deep
You
ocean,
talk-
I freak out. Scary dark tunnel, I'm all on board.
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's about the cool shiny objects.
Exactly. I'll find stuff.
So Tamachi goes and tells
Like
Mouse,
brains
and they're
are
both like, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
About the adventure.
It's all about the friends you meet on the way. Okay.
As long as they don't
All right,
kill you on
fine. Check out the scary, awesome pit.
Anyway, meanwhile, you with your mollusk before she gets back. You can make another nature check just to see if you know anything about this. And
I'm gonna use this dice. I'm gonna use this. I have to use that. Oh, that's a 10 minus 1. Dang, stinking nature gets me every time.
yeah, these are a little more like well known. They're something that you've probably at least seen before. It's called a shade scallop.
Ooh.
And you know that the meat is edible. You won't get a whole lot of meat out of it. It's like you probably have like 3 or 4 ounces of meat out of what you have here.
Sure.
But the shell is pretty valuable both for decorative purposes since it's sharp. Some people make these like what they call fan daggers out of them, where they like basically just take the shell and they make a dagger that's sharpened around the edges, so it's more of just like a broad knife.
Gotcha.
And they do sometimes produce black pearls, which are really, really valuable.
I was gonna ask about that one. I was like, oh, okay. Cool.
And you do, as you're like picking through it, you do find a pretty small black pearl.
Nice.
Probably like I'm not sure how to describe the size of a pearl. It's
Size of a marble, maybe.
yeah, it's about marble sized. It's
Yeah.
Treasure.
So I'm gonna take my my acid bullet claw that I carry around with me. I carved out the top of it, put the pearl of power in there until it killed me, and then I gave it to Mouse. So I'm gonna put my black pearl in that spot.
Yay!
nice.
Perfect.
Man, Safine's been gone for a long time. Okay. Perfect. Cool. Oh, I'm so excited.
All right, so that night, as everyone is eating dinner, Chronicler, for the first time, like, Chronicler hasn't spoken in days. He's just been meditating, and, like, coming out to eat, but hasn't spoken a word. Like, even in response to questions, has just kind of, at most, nodded or shaken his head, but largely has remained silent. But for the first time in days, Chronicler actually speaks, and in his sort of raspy, whispery, quiet voice, he says, "There is a way to repair the Aether Heart. Unfortunately, it is not simple."
Please tell me it's at the bottom of a black hole. Please tell me it's at the bottom of a black hole.
The Aether Heart is cracked in places, and ideally we would replace those pieces with specially cut pieces of the same crystal from which it was originally hewn. However, that's impossible. We have nothing like that. I believe, however, that if we can find crystals that are similar enough in structure and crush them, that our friend Murmur may perhaps be able to use magic to mend the Aether Heart. Unfortunately, what I do not know for certain is the location of such crystals. I believe that it is likely that they would be found very deep underwater, but that's as much as I know. Like that.
Like, oh.
Does the rest of the party know about this hole by now?
I look at Zafina and be like, hey, you want to tell him about what we found?
See, had you not found out about it and like gone and kind of taken a look at first, the only way that you would have found this was that Gel would have had to tell Murmur by like
No!
him using divination and that kind of thing. So you guys actually stumbled onto it before.
Cool! That's awesome!
Awesome! Wow.
Oh no.
Dang it. Kraken, here we come.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's too deep for a Kraken.
Not only
I don't
that,
know if
but
that's
like,
a thing.
we're gonna go up against undead, you guys. That's what
Tell
it
me
sounds
he
like.
was.
Water!
All the good stuff. Terrifying.
It's an undead Kraken down there is what it is.
Oh.
The worst of both worlds. No.
Oh no.
How long does Devil's Sight last?
Forever.
8 hours.
Ever,
Well,
ever.
well, through my stuff, it's 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
And is that like a once per long rest kind of thing?
No, it
or-
comes. I mean, I can get my key back, but
Oh, it's just a spell that you can cast.
yeah, kind of.
A key casting spell.
Oh, it's a key. Okay.
It's kind of like whenever you cast Fireball, it's like 3 key Fireball.
So, yeah. I might know where that is. There's the whole oxygen breathing.
The whole time, Tomate's
problem.
like.
Oh yeah, I've been so excited for. Oh.
So, you remember how we went and explored the reef today, and I was kind of gone for a while?
Get to the good part. Get to the good part.
There was this hole out by the wall of the reef, and so I was like, "Hey, pirate treasure!" and went down and just kept going. So I was curious and kept going and kept going, and it kept going, and until it was so deep and dark and cold and pressurized, and it just kept going until it didn't, and it just kind of came out of a wall, and I couldn't see anything forever. And it was not only just like cold and pressurized and dark, but it was more than that. It was unnerving being there. And so if there's anywhere that something like that might be, it's probably going to be there. I don't know what we're going to do about breathing for everyone else, but that's probably where it is, and that's probably a good reason to do it. An airship, I think I can handle it for an airship.
So how do we get there?
And not die while there trying to find them.
Yeah, it's all details. Let's go find it.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of us.
You just
Half
dive as
breathing.
far as you can, Tamati. Like,
You go for
I
4
just
minutes.
imagine Tamati, like, just going for it and, like, be like, "Huh!"
I made a mistake.
The second it starts to squeeze in, goes, dang it, I can't make it.
Right.
Right? And Zafine just, like, pulls him back up.
Well,
Too deep, too deep.
and see, I also have the Geomancer's glyph, which tells me like how far underground we are, and then it also gives me proficiency in identifying types of stone, which might help whenever we start trying to figure out the crystal structure.
That is a good idea.
Ooh, yeah.
Cool.
That's a good deal.
I just remembered about that. I'm excited. So I'm gonna go look at the Aether Heart and just kind of get an idea of like the crystal structure to it and just kind of like what I'd be looking for.
Okay.
I'd probably end up using the stone to like see if I can
Oh shoot.
like identify kind of. I mean, we know it's an Aether Heart, but
Yeah.
like get like a scent off of it, you know.
Yeah, you're able to get an idea, like a very distinct sort of sense of the structure. It doesn't need to be, the crystals you're looking for don't need to be perfect, but they need to be similar enough that
Yeah.
magic can get them the rest of the way.
Perfect. Okay. Wait,
Hang on, guys. I lost my character sheet.
No. Excellent. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
You got your wish.
It's a giant geode! Oh man, there's no way this can go bad. That's right. I remember watching the old movie The Core. This terrible movie. But
Oh, that is such a. I remember that part.
it's so good. Where they accidentally puncture the wall and lava starts flowing in. Yeah.
Ugh.
So excited. Don't go for the walls.
It didn't seem lava deep, so. But who knows?
I mean, 500 plus feet.
It would have been warmer though.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, yeah, so we need to figure out how we're gonna breathe. Yeah. I'll ask Murmur if he has anything like water breathing, or if anybody has anything water breathing. 'Cause, I got my Gillywigs decorative soaps. I could roll the dice and see if I get water breathing out of.
It's time for a bath.
I'll take a bath first time in a while.
Everybody go take a bath.
Maybe one of us will get something good.
I'm gonna smell like lavender.
That's good.
Like if you are thinking of using any of that, I have to remember what exactly PDF I found those in.
So this one says, if I forget where to find the table roll, tell me it's in volume 3, page 12.
Yeah, but of what?
I don't know. That's just what it's... There you go. I remember writing that down when I pulled it up. I was like,
Yeah. Let's see here. I think I remember now. I think I found it.
I'm nervous because
Yeah.
it says any particular effect can be removed by casting Remove Curse. So I mean, this could go real bad. So
Real bad.
I mean, I'm open to try because it's fun. But
Yeah. You gonna take a bath then?
Why don't we see if we have the spell
Find-
first?
let's figure out what we
Find
got
like
first.
a tide pool and take a bath in the tide
Man, I
pool.
really want to.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
get a plan first, and then I'll go take a bath.
Yeah. Murmur does not have anything immediately, but he says he might be able to request a boon from Gal. Like he's been communing and praying recently, so he will go and ask for a favor, essentially.
Nice.
I mean,
I
if
mean-
you get poisoned or anything, I can help you with that. But if it's a curse, that's a bit of, out of
Okay,
my
yeah.
realm.
Yeah, right. We only ever had that one scroll of Remove Curse, right? We never actually, nobody's learned it.
I mean, Murmur has
Oh,
removed curse. I'm
that'll
pretty
work, okay.
sure because he's a cleric. So
I don't know.
I feel like Ren has Remove Curse.
So I know we had the scroll that
Yeah.
one time.
Murmur may not necessarily have remove curse ready for a day.
Sure.
'Cause, it depends on what he's
It
prepared.
only lasts for 24 hours, whatever it is, anyway.
I mean, if the crystals are down there, they're probably not running away.
Okay, I don't have Remove Curse, but I use
And the
Yeah.
effects of Gillywiggle's remarkable decorative soaps only last for 24 hours anyway,
Yeah.
so it's...
So it's not going to be terrible. I mean, it could be, but only for 24 hours. Turn into a bird and fly away for 24 hours.
Holy
No!
terrible for 24 hours.
You gonna go take a bath then?
I mean, anybody else have any ideas? I feel like I'm taking the show here.
Oh, it'll be so fun.
I think it is.
Yes. Yeah, Murmur's requests to Gel, he's probably not going to have anything immediate. It's going to take him a day or so before he has an answer anyway, so it's just...
I mean, if anybody else has suggestions, I'm open to it.
I don't think I have anything that could help.
Really cool.
Hey,
Have a jar
Tamati.
of dirt.
Hey, did we see any like really big, strong fish, like a swordfish or something really like strong kind of fish in the lagoon while we were swimming around?
Probably not in the lagoon itself. A little bit bigger.
Yeah,
than
nothing
that.
that large in the lagoon.
Because you have speak with animals, and maybe we could like get an animal friend to get
I do
us.
have speak
Like
with
if
animals.
we made,
How
if
do
we
you
made
know
like
that?
some sort. You talked to a deer at Aethor
I
Lake.
totally forgot I had that.
That's true. That's true. We did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, if we could like get a animal buddy to pull down some sort of air bubble, we could make a crude submarine kind of thing and
Ooh,
do that.
yeah. That's an idea.
But
I think
If-
we
if
should
there-
just find someone with gillyweed. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, these are gilly wiggles.
Investigation check.
So,
well, and we could maybe, but it would hit. So if we tied rocks to our crude submarine, that would make it easier to sink it down,
mhm.
and even to ascend faster.
Yeah.
Just like cut the ropes and then just guide it
Cut
as
the
it
rocks and go.
shoots,
Yeah.
which could be a little bit too fast. But I don't know.
I think I have a candle that can burn underwater still.
Excuse
I
me.
think that's all I have for my like shinobi thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I can contribute.
I mean, that'll be helpful. Give us a little bit of light while we're under.
Well, or would that just mess with our dark vision?
I don't know how dark vision works. I just barely got it.
It would extend it, wouldn't it?
Well, because like if
Because
I'm
we'd be
just
able to see, and then the dark vision, I
maybe
imagine.
I don't know how that interacts because normally when you're in the like in a dark place and you have a light source in front of you, it like kills the
Your night vision.
natural dark night vision kind of thing. So I don't know how that plays with dark vision.
Dark vision, by the rules at least, it isn't damaged by the light, but it only goes out so far. It doesn't extend past a light source. It's just...
There.
it's
So they don't
like-
back.
So if you have 30 feet of dark vision, it is dark vision within 30 feet of your face.
Cool. But like if we needed the color of something, some light could be useful.
Yeah.
Because dark vision is not in color. You only see in shades of gray.
So like
Dark vision.
while Tamati is investigating the different crystals, that might be relevant information to see what things are.
It's true. Could be.
Unless your artifact just does that for you.
Well, I mean, it gives me proficiency in trying to figure out what they are, but it wouldn't give me color effect.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, if the color didn't matter, then grain structure and all you need, then that'd be fine. But yeah, if we're going for, as close as possible, color might matter. I know like different quartz have different properties to them and stuff. So.
Yeah.
That actually no.
But it sounds like we might have to wait a day anyway.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm understanding?
Well, I mean, that's what Murmur's saying is if he can ask Gel for a divine boon, basically, see if we can get. But nobody has like underwater breathing prepared, or the
Yeah, I
ability to
don't
prepare
have
it.
anything.
So
I don't know if that's something I could learn even if I wanted to. I don't know if that's on my spell list.
I have no idea. I didn't even take to look. Not right now. I can't even.
Technically, the spell water breathing is not available to warlocks. It's not normally available to clerics, but there's a chance that Gel might give it to Murmur temporarily, at least, for him to.
Cool.
To aid in their purposes.
Yeah.
I feel like Rin would try that, but she's still already trying to deal with what she's already taken on.
Yeah.
So. Oh, I meant to mention too that when Rin had everybody sign the book, she wanted to say some stuff about I'm not very good at being on the front lines and helping everybody, but this is something I can do for all of you, basically. And then slice her hand open and then do everything.
You're not going to sacrifice yourself for us.
Yeah, it was like
No.
turning.
I'm helping.
Settle down. Put that plug back in there. Okay.
Put that blade back where it came from, or so help me.
So help me.
Yeah.
Uh,
I will say, if you want to use any of the soaps, although there are 8 soaps in the box, it's not limited to 8 uses.
oh, nice.
You can use them more than once. However, the effects will not be the same just because you use the same soap. That's
Yeah,
not
that's-
how they
Oh
work.
no.
Good clarification.
A magical effect
Oh,
for
no.
24 hours. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Only one of us gets water breathing. No, only one of us gets water breathing, and it's the fiend.
Yes, it would be. But I'm not gonna take a bath because I don't need it.
That's
So
true.
I'm-
You don't need it.
Just kidding.
I say we wait until tomorrow.
I
and see if
bathe
we can.
already. I don't need your weird soaps.
But they're so fun.
I don't need
I don't even know what they do yet. They're so fun.
I'd like you to use some of the soaps just because we haven't seen any of the effects.
Right.
And
Right.
the thing about them is that it is random. Some of the effects are positive, some are negative, some of them really
Well,
don't do anything at all.
If we're waiting a day anyway, maybe we just do it for kicks and giggles while we wait.
Right?
I'm all
This,
for
this
it.
is a boredom killer.
All right. Murmur, you ask
That could be
Gel.
fun.
We'll be back.
We're gonna go screw around with some stuff.
I'm gonna take a bath.
Time for a party.
All right, roll a d100.
Anybody who's doing it rolls a d100.
I'll
Sure,
do it
yeah.
because I mean, I need something to take my mind off
One
of the
of us,
creepiness
one of
of the
us.
whole.
Let's all do it.
Ooh, fancy.
Whoa!
I got an 84.
74.
74, 84.
74 for Tamati.
I got 84 for Tamati. 74 for Rin.
84.
Rin got a 74.
Okay.
25 for Jisu.
All right. Well, just hold on to your numbers. I'll just come to
Ooh,
ask you one
90.
at a time, so that I'm not trying
Okay,
to
yeah.
keep track.
I'm gonna grab some water and some Oreos, and I will be right back.
Excellent combination.
I usually go with milk and Oreos, but that's just me.
I'm glad to hear that because David says I'm a weirdo.
Well, they're both good things. I don't know if they naturally complement each other, but I mean,
It's weird, but also she grew up not being able to drink milk, so it makes more sense.
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I wouldn't dip it in water, but
Yeah.
I mean,
It makes it tasty.
the milk does, but water would. No, to dip them in water, that would be weird.
Yeah, she doesn't dip them. She just eats puts them in her mouth and then drinks the water.
Interesting. I have, yeah,
She
gotten
couldn't have
used
milk, so there had to be some way to.
Choke us.
wash it down.
Because dry Oreos are not great, so.
I beg to differ.
And like dry Oreos are acceptable, but
Well, so I gotta saturate them in the mouth before you start chewing, and then you can really.
People right. I just toss them in and start chewing.
That too.
Love it.
So let's see, 84
84.
for Tamati.
Yep.
Right, so you now smell like vinegar, and
Okay.
for the next 24 hours you have a -2 to all charisma checks.
It's good to know. Hey guys, this stuff works great.
Oh,
It's
This,
my natural musk.
Pretty good.
This Shrek.
Love it. All right, who's next?
After that,
Just you rolled a 25.
second that.
25 for Jisu.
Tossing the soap. Go for it.
For the next 24 hours, you smell like cinnamon, and every non-hostile creature you meet, you put them in a good mood. So you get a +2 to all persuasion, deception, and performance attempts for the next 24 hours.
Not bad. Not
Plus
bad.
two.
Doesn't
what?
do you a lot of good on this island,
Nope.
but
I know. I'm like, too bad we're on a deserted island
A
with
plus
no
2
other
to
people.
what?
persuasion, deception, and performance.
Nice.
Persuasion, performance, and what?
Deception.
Sorry.
Deception.
Okay.
So you're in charge of campfire entertainment tonight
Nice.
for the performance.
That's my.
Oh, I guess
So if I
Sadie,
smell like cinnamon
Sadie
for a
didn't have
hostile
like her
creature,
headphones in, so she probably missed out.
What?
I smell like vinegar.
and I smell like cinnamon.
Oh, good.
I have-
You smell like cinnamon?
Yep.
Okay.
Tamati smells like vinegar and
Minus
gets a
two.
-2 to all charisma checks. Jisu smells like cinnamon and gets a +2 to all persuasion, deception, and performance attempts.
Ooh.
So good.
Who's up next?
Zafine got a 90.
Ooh.
I got a 90.
90.
Ooh.
You smell like wet dog,
Wow.
and you gain a +3 to all attempts to use animal handling for the next 24 hours.
Where's my dolphins? Come on.
No wonder you don't take a bath. You smell worse when you do.
Thanks for your soap. Take it back.
Yeah.
Gladly. Alright, who else?
Now I need to go diving.
74.
74.
Oh.
You smell like peanut butter, and you gain a +2 to any attempts to use sleight of hand for the next 24 hours.
Ooh.
So,
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that got a negative effect on that one. It's a
I don't know,
it smells like
smelling
wet
like
dog. Yeah, but you got a +3 on your animal handling, so I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, that. I kind of want to go swimming again.
right? I mean, I can speak with animals, and you got animal handling. We could probably go find something.
Right?
did Mouse also join in all this? Or?
yeah, but she actually also got a 74.
Oh, just re-roll then.
Okay.
Yeah. Different stuff.
66.
Okay, you smell like aromatic bitter herbs, and any character or creature that you touch as an action, you may heal 1 hit point of damage to them.
Ooh.
Welcome to my world.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
I had like a bruise.
I'm still the only
Ira and Frederick would probably join in too.
Hey, Ira,
Motor
what
can't
up?
because he's off, and Chronicler probably not, even if he was.
Right.
Ira smells like bad seafood,
Which is everything.
Oh.
which even she
It's
has to
kind of
admit is
like-
terrible, but she can breathe underwater.
Boom!
Have fun!
Scouting party round 2.
Oh man.
I don't know that you'll get this effect ever again, but like, The downside of that is that if you go underwater in a saltwater area, sharks are attracted to you romantically.
Oh no!
That would be a downside. Yeah.
So, but she can breathe underwater for the next 24 hours. So.
Oh, it's so close.
Maybe you wanted to stay out of water though.
No. So what it would be like, it would be like we go to the mouth of the hole at the bottom, and then if there are any zombie sharks, it's like my
Cuddle
zombie
zombies.
orb with cuddle zombie sharks just all over her.
Hey, we're good with like persuasion and like animal handling checks. Like,
Right? I can speak
Maybe
with
I
animals,
like
we can
an
persuade
awkward
animals, and then we could just lure some sharks in for a good time, and just.
there's a fetish for everything.
Nah.
I'm really amused that we did manage to have somebody roll the one thing you were actually
The one thing we're
hoping to
going
get.
for. Oh man, that is so good.
And Frederick smells like freshly turned earth after a rainstorm. And if he had spells to cast, his spell slots would not be depleted by spell casting. However, he is not a spellcaster,
Whoa.
so that does nothing
You
for him.
lucky that. Frederick, can I trade you?
It's all the same.
Wow.
I'm not sure how.
It's like fireball, 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 fireball.
Seriously, man. I mean,
Guiding bolt all day.
all day long. I mean,
Yeah.
oh,
Holy smoke.
that would be so great. Lesser
So
best
Yura,
emotions,
you want to go see how
spiritual-
creepy this hole is?
She just kind of shrugs and is like, I guess.
If they're gonna go check it out, I'll do the double side on both of them.
Yeah.
All right.
I will
That'd be awesome.
cast.
Watch out for sharks.
It only lasts a
Yeah.
minute. Never mind. I was gonna say I'll cast Bless, but it only lasts a minute. So never mind.
It'd be so funny if we like just get into the lagoon and sharks just start leaping outside of the water.
Flying fish from Willy style.
Man!
Whoosh.
Yeah.
Oh, those poor fish.
But yeah, I'd be down for. I mean, now that we know there's a purpose to go down there, and it's not just like me, like creepiness versus curiosity kind of a thing. Like, there's a reason to face that now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, there's always reason to face it. You just never know. Oh, it's below.
right now, it's worth it to face it.
Yeah.
And
Oh, man, I wish I had
yeah,
a bit
so once we
of- Is that attuned? If I wonder if the geomancy glyph isn't attuned,
so we could take it with
I
us.
could let you guys take it with you.
Hmm.
Doesn't say it's an attuned item.
Sure. We can borrow
I
it
mean-
to do some
At least give you kind of a direction.
right. Get a feel for exactly how deep it is. I mean, because I didn't know exactly.
Right?
And
yeah.
And if we can see with Devil's Sight, maybe we can go in and do some pre-scouting a little bit.
So, if I did that, I think I'd only be able to do a few people, and I'd have to rest for 30 minutes. So I got my key back, so I'm not like completely like worthless.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, there's only 2 people going down the hole anyway right now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just gonna be you and me.
I mean, given that I did say that Murmur has already been communing, maybe I don't need to have him wait as long. I'll make a roll for it and we'll judge on that.
Sure. And I also I can. Another thing that we can do when we get down there, Ira, is I can create a telepathic link for a minute so that we can communicate while we're down there, or maybe even like, I don't know,
Is there
bring some leaves to write on.
is there a range
I
to
mean,
your
we can
telepathic link?
gesture. It's touch.
Oh, okay.
and it's just for a minute. So, I mean, we'll probably be doing gestures most of the time. But yeah.
So cool.
That's something we'll be able to use while down there if we need to talk a little more. We'll figure out a sign specifically for we need to talk more specifically, more than just gestures, for while we're down there.
Yeah, I'll say that since Murmur has been communing anyway, that he will be granted the ability to cast water breathing.
Woo!
Excellent.
And it will work on up to 10 people, which means that technically Ira didn't even need that effect that she's getting.
That was one of those, like, we all started going bathe, and then Murmur comes out, "Hey guys, I can now cast water breathe." What are you doing?
Okay, smell funny. It's like good and bad and so much like
Too many smells
overload.
in one spot.
Right. And it smells.
But all of smells.
Yeah.
Sensory overload. Love it. Cool.
What do you like? Daniel? Remind me.
Oh, I missed that one.
Say it again, Sadie.
What do you smell like again?
I smell like vinegar.
Oh, vinegar, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which, I mean, it's not a terrible smell, in my
Hey,
opinion.
pickles.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Anyway. Cool. Yeah. Well, if we've got water breathing, let's go do the thing.
Let's get it over with.
Get it over with. I'm so excited.
I do have a question with being underwater. I imagine it impeding and changing all of our speeds and ability to move and stuff, or are we just going to roll it and play it like with the same stats and like everything just kind of works the same, or are things going to be affected by being underwater? Or even being deep with the pressure?
Let's see, I don't remember how movement is handled underwater if you don't specifically have
I-
swim speed.
I think it's halved, if I remember correctly, and then melee attacks
that would
have
make
disadvantage.
Is it that you're encumbered by 10 feet if you're in water?
Don't remember at all.
I think that's what it was when we fought those little rock crystal things.
Aethor
Those were
Lake.
fun.
That was terrifying. See? Open water. Don't like it. Deep dark tunnel? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're not using a swimming speed, movement costs 1 extra foot per foot of movement, so it's just halved.
Gotcha.
Half our movement speed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Means I'm so slow.
And so all of our melee attacks are going to be disadvantage, is that correct?
I think so.
And spells as well?
Spell shouldn't
Or
be too
kind of
effective.
depends on the spell?
Yeah, it probably depends on the spell.
Like I say, it's more of like the resistance of you going against the water, and so you're converting that extra energy. Spell casting is more like hand motion versus like putting weight behind things.
Right, but if it's like something that's shooting out there, or like a spell like grease or something, it's going to act completely different underwater.
That's true. I know range attacks have something weird with that too. Like crossbow bolt stuff. I think.
Right.
Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Critical Role hasn't gone on water in a while, so I don't remember. This game.
Alright, well... Yeah, Murmur will have all of you that are going to go down gather around, and he'll cast water breathing on you. Frederick and Chronicler, at least, are planning on staying back here. Ira is probably not going to. You're not going to be able to dissuade her. She's going to want to go no matter what, whether she, like,
Heck yeah.
whether she is at risk of being loved on by sharks or not. It's-
Risk I'm willing to take.
So this one says melee attacks have disadvantage. Swing speed has halved. Ranged attack weapons automatically miss the target beyond the weapon's normal range.
Okay.
Is what this one says. But I mean, that's, that's one source. So. Yay!
Yeah, you begin swimming across and making your way down through the lagoon and then down into this hole, feeling the water grow colder, seeing it get much darker as you go along, until you pass through into this blank void, essentially, that
I'm so excited.
Zafine has already discovered.
And I can finally use my dark vision.
Did we? So that's a good question for this point. Did we spend the time and like refilling all of Jasu's key to be able to get Devil's Sight before we went down as well as preparation for this?
So I can give it to. I think it's 3 key per 1 person. So I have 9 keys, so I can give it to 3 people, and then I have to take a short rest.
Okay.
And it lasts for 8 hours, so I could do like.
So you could have cast it and then done a short rest.
Cast it again and then do another short rest and be good to
Or
go.
down to,
Hour out, but
but then they'll give 5 hours to the people who got it first. Are we okay with that? Or?
I mean, I was gone for maybe like an hour, hour and a half.
Okay, cool.
2 hours?
Well, we can do that.
I think that would give us enough time. Maybe.
oh, we lost
Maybe
Sadie.
not.
Sadie again. Yeah.
Yeah, we lost Sadie.
So, lost 2.
So I mean, even if we just cast it on 3 of us, then you can, we have an early warning system if nothing else.
Yeah. I think that
Because
definitely-
Jasu and Rin already have it, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome even to just do it for Tamati, Mouse, and Zafine, then the core folks have it.
Okay, we just do that. Or we could do the whole, I don't know.
I mean, if you want to take 2 short rests in a row, then you could do it that way. But I mean,
And then we can have Murmur and Indra or Ira? Ira. Then they could all have it. Also?
okay, yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can just do that. As long as I have key to go down.
yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah, we want you to go in loaded. Yeah.
She's back.
Hello?
Hey, well.
Am I
Hello.
back? Okay.
Welcome here, Jim.
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do Devil Sight, short rest, Devil Sight, short rest, then dive in. Is the plan.
All right.
Sweet.
So you make your way down. Everything opens up into this dark, empty void. It's cold, it's unsettling, and you don't really know where. You don't have a sense of place at all. There's like no sense of direction. It's just
Right.
more or less up is where you came from, and that's about as much as you know.
Oh, so we're like at the top of
Yeah.
this cavern?
As much as we can tell.
Like-
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was like a wall
The side of it.
vertically.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it goes straight down after a while, and you've.
Okay. Cool. So following the walls is probably not going to be fruitful. So how far can we see with Devil's Sight?
120 feet.
Sweet. So I think we should just start going straight down.
I mean, that's probably going to be the best thing to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't say, but I mean, I do have a flame tongue sword. Nah, we'll pull it out. Worry about that later. That's not gonna help. Light it up and then just drop it and watch it fall. No, it's a terrible idea.
That's a
Not
very
doing that.
bad
I'm gonna
idea.
lose my sword. No.
Yeah.
Go
I
for
only
it.
have one of these anymore. It's not gonna happen.
Roll.
Yeah.
Your sword
Lose
falls
your
down.
sword, and who knows what kind of attention you'd catch with.
That's
just,
true.
like,
Yeah.
dropping a
Lighting
bright
up.
light down.
With Ira, we at least know some of the attention we'll catch.
Yeah. Yeah. As we're swimming, Ira just gets taken away. We don't even notice. No. Yeah, we'll start swimming straight down.
Okay. You swim straight down for a few minutes before there is even a sense of motion.
Oh, it's so
It's like you can feel that you're moving, you know that you're passing through the water, and that's about the only context that gives you any sense that you are going anywhere. After, the water is just murky enough that after you've moved maybe 30 feet or so from the hole, you can no longer see where you came from either.
Oh, no.
There is
Really?
no
Even
lingering...
with Devil's Sight.
Yeah, the water's just murky enough that it's blocking.
Wow.
It's not darkness, it's sediment. There's just too much.
Oh, dang.
Crap in the water.
It's also very dark, but Devil's Sight, you're just seeing, particles in the water at best. There's nothing, you move out of the range of the Devil's Sight after a bit, and there's just nothing to see, because it's just water. So...
This is fine!
After a few minutes of swimming downwards to nowhere, you do finally begin to catch a glimpse of the floor, and you can see that there's a thick layer of sediment down here. It looks like it is the kind of sediment that is just barely resting above the ocean floor. It hasn't been disturbed by anything in this area in a while. And as you kind of touch down on the seafloor, Murmur in particular, who has to actively try to swim upward because of his weight, if he wants to not sink, because he's made of stone. He lands first, and there's just sort of this little mushroom poof of this sediment going up around him. And you still can't really see any... It's just, for as far as you can see, flat sea floor out to the edges of your Devil's Sight, and then it just fades into nothingness beyond.
Creepy.
This is bad. Get lost quick kind of scenario.
Piece of cake. We got this.
Yeah.
But do we...
You are not even certain at this point. You swam for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. You're not even certain if you swam straight down or at an angle anymore. You have no idea.
And to be fair, we can just use Murmur.
Murmur's an anchor.
Which way's down? Everyone grab
Yeah. You know which way's down, but...
Go the opposite.
Yup.
The problem is, then you find a ceiling, but do you find the
find
small
the hole.
you came through that ceiling?
Oh, no!
We got no
Alright, got 24 hours to figure this out. Let's go. I mean, what, 22 now? Because we spent almost 2 hours waiting.
What's that? There's a spell I took from those extra spell form things.
Yeah.
I turned into a fish for 1 minute.
That's helpful.
Although I feel like I do that, and like the pressure goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Taking damage.
Yeah, the further down you've gotten, now that you're on the floor, the pressure is oppressive. It is like you just feel like you're constantly being squeezed from all directions, essentially. It's not deep enough that it's going to like damage your body, but it does not feel nice, and you know if you moved up too quickly, there's a good chance it would the change in pressure would damage your body.
Ooh, this will be fun. All right. Well, we made it this far. Which way do we go?
I'm gonna motion to your like look around. Like I'm gonna start like seeing if I can sweep away some of the sediment and see if like
Does
is
anyone
there
have,
solid
like
for
find object or detect object or something?
Locate object.
Yeah, look at.
that would be
Have Troll the Dead.
Oh, you finally have a cantrip. I can do damage.
Yeah. I believe Murmur has locate object, but I don't think he has it prepared today. And it has a fairly limited range anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know it. I don't even think I have. I mean, I only have second level spells, so it's not. Oh, yeah, locate object is a second level spell.
There you go.
You would have thought I prepared that, huh?
Well, because we didn't wake up this morning knowing that this was our
Nope.
quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have had all kinds of
It's
fun.
like Murmur has Revivify prepared, and that's just because he's paranoid.
Not
That's a good thing to.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
We may still use that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I guess, I mean, like, the Geomancer glyph, it isn't like a locate object. Like, I can't go, okay, this is the stone I'm looking for. Boop, boop. It's like, is this the stone I'm looking for? Nope. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the stone I'm looking for?
Right. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if it was just if it seemed like it was just like a sandy floor, or if there is some solid underneath the first bit of sediment.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Just in this little area.
It kind of transitions from this sediment to sand, and then a little further down it starts to get dense enough that you can't move it. It's not stone exactly, but it's packed tightly. And
Okay.
so
All right. Cool.
Yay, I can see everybody again.
Yay!
Yay!
I have a spell called Embrace Destiny. It says, you look into the future and see a murky vision of things to come. Oh,
That's
How did it know?
how did
Yeah.
that know?
Can I sense anything around me with my blind sight that might give me an indication of like maybe we should go that way?
Let's see. What's your blind sight's range?
It is a blind sight of I think it's 60. Yep, 60 feet.
60 feet.
And
yeah, you
I mean we have devil sight to 120.
you kind of sense that there are a couple of odd jellyfish that you wouldn't have seen because they're very nearly transparent that are just sort of drifting around in the nearby area, but there's really not anything more than that, and like a couple of some kind of crab that is moving around under the surface of the sediment. That,
Cool. Like big crab or like crab-sized crab?
it's not huge, but you know, maybe a couple of feet across at the largest. Like like these very odd shaped flat crabs that are sort of like skating along under the surface of the sediment as much as they can without disturbing it. They don't move very
Okay.
quickly. That looks like some kind of filter feeder.
Cool.
everybody split up. We'll make this
Okay.
fast.
No,
No,
I
you never split
Okay.
the party.
Let's split up, gang.
Ready, break. Okay.
Split up by being torn to pieces.
Fred was eaten 3 minutes later.
Yes!
hey, can we write in the sediment to communicate?
Maybe.
Yeah, it would. You'd probably not have long before it starts to settle again, but
That's fine. That's fine. So I'm going to write draw attention ? Like, should we draw some attention to ourselves? Like, make a big blast or do something to stir something up? Because we have no idea what to do. Draw attention?
I mean,
No.
No.
oh man. Right? I have no idea. Let's see. Yeah, I see Zafine just.
So
Or Rin.
Not Rit.
was
Mouse.
Oh, it was Mouse? Oh.
It was mouse.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
Rin.
it's mouse.
Okay. No, I guess
That
Mouse is over
Uh,
there.
So what's been tried already? Sorry, my internet's kind of been going.
Are you good? Basically, we reached the floor, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some little water
Now
critters
what?
down here, but nothing perceptible. We don't even know if we went straight down. We're probably completely lost and dead already, and we don't know it yet. I mean,
Gotcha.
I've been dead before. This is not it.
not bad.
oh my!
I didn't say it was bad.
Oh my wa mo shinderu. It's the like you're already dead. You just don't know it yet.
You just don't know it. So good.
Okay, I'm gonna take my
Oh, can
Oh.
can we see each other? Sorry.
no, go
Can we
ahead.
see each other or no?
Yeah, as long as you're within range, you can see each
About,
other.
like how far apart do we? would you
Like
say?
I'd say, as murky as it is, you're still able to see things moving within the range of Devil's Sight. So, however,
Okay, so we don't need like a rope to like hold on to. And...
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Good one.
Like,
Okay, cool.
it's,
Oh.
But there's just it's like it might as well just be a wall of ink beyond the edge of your Devil's Sight. Is like there's just nothing to see beyond there. It's just like your vision goes out this far and stops. Like you can.
I'm gonna write in the sediment. I'm gonna smooth it out and say, "Mark here with candle?" ? And look at the Jasu and be like,
What was the question?
"The light."
Add your little
Like,
candle.
I'm gonna like. Would it be useful to use your candle that can burn underwater to mark the spot that we're at? Like, would that be more visible to try and get back to? I'm just trying to think of like
Or-
how to.
Druid craft.
Up until 120 feet.
Right? Yeah. So probably not. So Sophia's just gonna brush it away. No.
Was that about Drew Crafts 80?
I like druid craft some like fluorescent algae something.
Yeah, I mean you can do that.
That would
it's-
probably be less valuable than Jasu's candle.
Mm-hmm.
As far as,
Good idea.
distance.
And it would give us something to mark our path with, probably.
We should make breadcrumbs with the algae.
Mhm.
Or could we just like Eldritch Blast like into the seafloor so it has like little black char marks as we go?
That becomes the attention thing.
Yeah. Also, the sediment would probably settle back over those marks fairly quickly.
This is a terrible idea.
You'd
Now I
just take a
can't
puff
stand
of sediment up into your own face, and then it would settle back down, and you'd be like, "Did I do anything?"
Yeah, we should totally, if we have that algae, that fluorescent algae, we should totally, like like 90 feet or something,
Okay.
90 or 60 feet or something, just
Druid
drop a little bit.
craft. And then I find the spell. Is an action. I did not realize it's a ranged action, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of druid craft some algae to kind of show us where we were.
Nice. That's so good. Breadcrumbs.
Pick a direction, and here we go.
Yeah.
Let's head that direction.
Let's go that way.
Swim out. Let's do it.
You begin wandering off in a direction, leaving like markers along the way with the algae. And every once in a while, one of you will catch, like just out at the fringes of your sight, like just a hint of writhing motion.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh!
This is gonna be real fun.
Like there are things that are staying just far enough away and moving like only close enough that you never really get a look. You just see a hint of motion that is shifting the particles in the water. You see like this almost at best just like a little flurry of motion, but
Oh boy.
Something's flurrying in here. And so, like, at the edge of our 120 feet, or, like, closer than that?
generally out at the edge of, it's like whatever is causing it is not approaching any closer than that.
Great.
Man, I really want to cast Speak with Animals right now.
Right.
It's like,
Hello.
hey, you beast! Just looking for some rocks! Leave us alone!
Then it'll be like, my rocks.
Right. Except it takes 10 minutes to cast it, and it's a verbal command.
Right.
So that may be a little complicated.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spend 10 minutes down here longer than I have to.
Yeah. Who's out in front?
Probably me. Usually.
So,
It's because I got the rock and I'm like looking for rocks.
You do see, as all of you are wandering around, you like most of the you never see anything as large as what those sort of flurries at the edge of your vision, but you do see some life. There are some fish, like they're pretty weird deep water fish, kind of like the football fish, sort of like with some of them have the little hanging glowy bit to try to attract prey.
Anglerfish.
You see a few things like that. They're like crabs and other like things that sort of walk the bottom. But you haven't seen anything too large. And anytime they catch sight of you guys, they usually either just immediately swim away, or the crabs often burrow into the sediment. But there are some weird-shaped things down here, things you're not even entirely clear what you'd call it, with, like, just all long, spindly legs.
It's creepy. Like no, like rock outcroppings. That's how that sentence goes. Okay.
After probably 45 minutes or so of just wandering in this direction, Tamati, you're out front, and you see this looming dark shape coming up.
Oh no!
Rock?
You said it's coming at me?
Whoa.
Whoa!
Party time!
Yeah, it's just this looming shape. At first, you get the sense that it's approaching you, but like you stop, and it just it sort of starts to resolve in your vision into like some kind of shape that is holding still. Like, it appeared to be moving because you were moving towards it rather than...
Sure.
But with the abruptness of where your vision ends, it does look very sudden when you first approach it, and so you're kind of startled by it.
Kind of like, wait, man.
Eldritch Blast. Not joking.
We're gonna start
Is it a
riding.
ship?
I'm gonna like draw an arrow and a question mark because I'm not gonna take the time to write it out. Like that way. Do you want to walk toward the big scary blurb?
How does message work? When someone does message, are they whispering or is it like?
Does it say there are verbal components?
Yeah, you have to whisper a message.
It's not working.
So it probably won't work underwater, right?
Ugh.
Okay. I mean,
I'm wondering if it's a ship. I want to get closer.
okay. Start making our way a little bit closer, cautiously.
Alright.
For sure.
I guess.
You, as you get a little closer, the shape does resolve itself into a wooden hull. And there's some lettering in an uncommon script, like a form of giant.
Ooh, I can read Jack.
Oh,
Hey.
think
I
right?
can anything, but I can also read giant.
Well, I can read giant.
So those of you who are capable of reading giant can read that it's the name of the ship. It's Neodin.
Neodin?
Yeah.
Is it a giant ship?
It's a big ship. It doesn't look like it's like actually from as you get close enough to see like the rigging, what is remains of where the rigging would have been attached anyway. Because ropes and sails have long since rotted away, but the wood seems to be in surprisingly good condition.
Hmm.
But yeah, it just says Neodin.
Nice.
Oh, Nyadin.
Any context clues as far as what that would mean in giant? Just a name.
It's just a name.
Okay. Do I recognize the name? No, I'm just kidding.
Let's go
Can
search
we
it.
tell? Yeah, can we tell which part of the ship we're at? Or are we at the
Sounds like
front
a bow,
or the
yeah.
side?
Yeah, the front. And it looks...
Sorry, guys, something's wrong with my eye. I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
But yeah, it looks like it's from the angle that it appears to be. It looks like it's at least partially embedded down into the seafloor here. It's been here for a very long time. And it looks like there's some pretty significant damage to this part of the hull. Like there's just a big hole opening into what leads into was probably the cargo hold at one time.
Oh, cargo.
I'm wondering if this used to be like a. There's really no way to tell if it was an airship formerly. I mean, if it was an airship that like crashed it, or maybe they've got an Aether Heart stone in it.
Oh, the crystals. Yeah.
You can see enough of it that there are some places where there are crystals visible on your ship that aren't visible here.
Okay.
But
No, that makes sense. Okay. Do we want to
I think-
look inside the creepy hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like sneaky look around.
Yeah. Okay. Start moving in
Slow.
slowly.
all right. So you pass through this opening into the ship, and it is instantly even more unsettling than it was out there, because there's just a sense that you're not alone here.
But we should be able to see everything clearly in it, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can.
Ish.
It's quite a large ship, but you can see clearly, and it tilts pretty sharply downward. It's kind of at an angle because of how deeply it's embedded, and it looks like at the other end of the ship there is another hole that opens up down into just more ocean floor, but there's less sediment there. But you do see a bunch of shapes. You're too far away to really quite parse what they are, but a bunch of still shapes, small to large, not anything that is moving. They're just still kind of floating just above the floor down there.
Giant
Floating
undead
above the
zombies.
There's a
Fantastic.
very, very distinct line in the water where almost as if there is a pool underwater down there.
Oh, cool. See pictures of those kind of things.
I've been periodically leaving as we go.
Yeah, so we're inside the hold of the ship, and it's at a downward angle, so we're slowly walking down, and it looks like there's a separation of two different types of water, basically. And so,
Ooh.
and then there's a couple large, somewhat large
Medium.
shapes in the water that we can't tell what they are just yet. But
Not moving,
Not moving.
but
and we're getting
there.
a sense that we're being watched.
We're not alone.
Should we approach and have like attacks ready to go, or
Probably.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I imagine
Tamati,
I would
you-
bring Loki with me.
So you did not bring her? Him?
Yeah,
It-
because Loki is a bird.
It's probably good.
Because he's a bird.
A bird.
Tamati, you turn your head to look at your friends, and as you are turning your head, you look directly into the eyes of a skull with like faintly glowing green flesh that is translucent. You can see the skull through it. There are these glowing blue eyes in the sockets.
Ooh, that's cool.
You realize you back up just a little bit to realize that there is just sort of a translucent sailor who you can see his skeleton, and you can see this glowing flesh just standing there staring at you. And his transparent eyelids blink once, covering over the glowing eyes and not changing anything about how brightly they glow. Blinks again, and then he
That's
just
so
fades.
Fades away?
Yeah.
Ah!
Ah.
Blue fades away, or his whole self
The-
fades away.
He just
creature
fades
fades
away
away.
completely.
Awesome.
I love ghosts.
Speak with dead.
I don't have speak with dead.
Oh! No, don't I have to have a body to do that? They have to have a body.
Yeah.
The body has to have a mouth too. Sounds like this thing is either a ghost or it's just something. That's creepy. Did he disappear in? Just say, can I follow the direction he disappeared?
Yeah, there wasn't really a direction. It was
Just
almost
kinda
as if he
faded.
was just sort of washed away by a current that doesn't exist. Just kind of dissolved.
So we got some ghosts. This is gonna be fun.
You can see that they're, although they're kind of at odd angles because of the angle of the ship, you can see that there are ladders up to higher levels of the ship that are still surprisingly intact. Again, like this wood doesn't even really look old. It looks like, for the amount, even the amount of algae and sort of moss-like growths and that sort of thing, salt deposits and barnacles, the wood should look like it's rotting much more than it is, but it looks like, honestly, apart from all the growth, this ship could have sunk in here yesterday.
Wow.
And the fact that there are no ropes or sails or anything anywhere.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting that creepy, like, vibe of the ghost ship that sailed into the port of Kaidan. They didn't tell me the name of that ship, did they? When we were at Kajrat Sanctuary, and I had those sailors that were talking about. Well, they weren't sailors, but they were talking about the ship that sailed into Kaidan.
I don't remember.
I don't remember if they gave me the ship. They just talked about it. Let's see. What's after that? Gotcha. Sanctuary.
Oh, I'm going to, while I have a second, I'm going to start druid crafting some more algae and like tying it onto everybody's wrist. So that
Ooh,
That's a good idea.
we can a little better.
nice.
While we're tossing here, thinking about what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Saranza. Okay, they didn't tell me. The ghost ship. Okay. Nope, that's what I was heard. Not the same. Okay, that's good. It's like the ghost ship that sails into port and is here at the same time. No, I don't think so. Okay. I kind of want to start moving toward those shapes in the water.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, let's do it.
head that direction.
Yeah,
Alright.
gotta do something. Oh,
Yeah, as you,
Probably dead
you get
bodies.
down towards that side of the ship and into that area where there's this sort of underwater pool, and the shapes begin to resolve themselves as you get closer into just completely motionless fish and crabs, a few things like that are just floating there.
That's not normal.
Yeah. I mean, normally it's like a water separation, like two different types of water, or, you know, like water and oil, that kind of stuff. I wonder if it's like a paralytic.
Yeah, I don't think we should touch that at all.
I kind of want to touch it.
It looks like there's a little cavern that extends down in that is underneath this separation in the surface, and you can see some bluish, purplish crystals growing along the walls of it down there.
Oh, I don't really want to touch it.
I can use Mage Hand to reach in there and try and grab one.
This is probably more than 10 pounds.
Oh yeah,
but it's
Mouse
a
and
shot.
Zafine both have Mage Hand. Oh, and I have Unseen Servant.
Yeah,
I have a spiritual
but
weapon.
let's try and magic it out.
I have a duplicate. Doesn't do anything.
Why don't you both try Mage Hand first, and then if it
Yeah.
doesn't, like...
It's too heavy or something.
Yeah, you do notice that It's only on the surface of this underwater pool that any of these creatures are. That, like, they're...
Yeah.
After those first few inches, there isn't anything else down there that is.
Okay. Okay, yeah, send in the mage hands.
So
Okay.
Zafine and Mouse. And if it works, I'll cast Unseen Servant to grab something.
Which
Yeah.
is
The
that?
crystals are, like, very firmly rooted into the walls. Mage Hand isn't going to be able to move them. They'd have to be, like, chiseled or broken out, kind of. There.
I have to not sleeping all the way through the night, and I work in the morning.
Oops, it's rough.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But I want to know what happened.
Right?
Yeah. Can I use my Geomancer glyph to see if those are similar crystals?
Do you have to touch them, or can you tell from a distance?
I don't know. It doesn't really say. I'll leave it up to you. All it says on it is the old carved stone device allows the user to know how deep they are underground and grants proficiency in identifying different types of stone. However, while holding this device, you have disadvantage in perception checks against sunlight.
Yeah, I think the way I'd always thought of it was that you have to actually touch the stone to get a sense of it.
Okay.
So.
No, that's fine. I like it.
Okay. So somebody explain the situation to me, because I've been cutting out again.
Gotcha. So basically, there's a separation in the water. There's a bunch of like steel fish and different things floating on the top. And then as you look down past that separation, there's a bunch of crystals that are growing out of the side of the ship.
Growing out of the side of the stone at the ocean floor where the ship is just kind of broken open. And...
Yeah.
Question: where the waters are different, is it different for a space, but then back to normal where the crystals are, or is it different water where the crystals are?
You only see the one separation. It doesn't look like there's any...
Okay.
Can I examine the fish and stuff that are kind of floating on the top?
Yeah. They like, if they were not completely motionless, you wouldn't even really necessarily suspect that anything was wrong with them. Like they're in very good condition. They're like, again, very clearly dead. They're like, they're not,
but preserved. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put my hand through the separation of the water. Just about wrist deep, just to see if like tingles or...
Yeah. Feels a little extra chilly, but other than that, there's no effect.
And of course, being Goliath, I'm not, cold weather doesn't bother me that much, so I'm gonna start going deeper.
Yeah.
I'll follow Tamati, since he looks like
Yeah,
he's
I was
okay.
gonna say I want to follow behind.
Okay.
Reluctantly, I will follow.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can always, keep somebody back behind in case something weird goes on with the water, but...
Yeah.
I don't want to be out here by myself.
Yeah, last time we were separated, Dahl
Yeah.
murdered half of us.
Yeah. Yeah, you pass down
he
in.
jumps out from the shadow.
Freaking dolls!
Yeah.
That's the last thing we need down here is a creepy doll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pass down into this little sort of cavern tunnel, and it is a little chillier. It doesn't really feel any different to you.
Can we tell the difference, like if it was saltwater versus freshwater type of a thing, or is it just... I mean...
Not really. You do feel like you're like it's all salty.
Yeah, okay.
It's all salty, and you do feel a little more buoyant here. Like you're having to work harder to go downward.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, yeah, just keep going down.
This music is way too intense. I don't like it.
She drops
Yeah.
out. Oh. Wait, who did you lose?
Yeah, you pretty quickly reach the crystals, and you can start trying to break some of them away if you have any tools for it.
Yeah.
I have
So.
the music turned all the way down. I was like, music?
Welcome
Yeah,
to the ambiance.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's intense. So I think first thing I'm going to do is just try using that Geomancer's glyph on it. See if I can identify the rock.
Yeah, it's extremely similar structurally. Like the crystal is very similar to the Aether Heart.
Perfect.
Like you'd be able to use this. You have to get a fair amount of it.
Sure, yeah.
Bag of holding.
Yeah.
Is there a way that, like, Mouse or I could use sleight of hand to try and pop some of that crystal out?
Probably not sleight of hand,
Gonna
but
sleight of hand chisel it out.
I'm so
Just sneak up on it and
We're gonna stealthily chip it out of there.
yeah.
I sneak attack the rock.
Yeah.
No.
Never saw me coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Mouse, make a perception check real quick.
Who's making a perception check?
Mouse.
Oh, Mouse is. Okay.
17 plus 5.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing seems.
Dang! Oh,
holy cow.
so much trouble.
Everything's fine.
However, after about a minute or so of like kind of trying to chip away, Mouse, your vision like very, very suddenly begins to just fade to black, and you pass out.
What?
Oh no!
And she just starts to float up to the surface of this sub-pool.
That's why you asked
Unconscious.
about Constitution today.
Yeah. You are at 0 hit points and dying at the moment.
I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
Oh, that's right. She's got the Raven's
pact
Blessing,
thing.
whatever pact.
What's that now?
The Raven's pact that we just did.
She's the gift
blood
of the
signature.
protector.
Yeah, she wakes up just long enough to thrash for like maybe 3 seconds and passes out again and is once again dying. It's
Okay, well, I'm just gonna like keep bringing her. Okay. I'm like panicking. I'm like, we gotta.
Is she
get her up.
in the weird part of the water, or?
still the sub part. Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay,
which one?
I'm gonna bring her out, and I'm gonna start healing her until she stays
Okay.
awake.
Yeah,
Get
she.
out.
Yeah, she gasps as
Clear.
and comes you're fine, but yeah, you weren't really aware of it until it was too late, but you were suffocating.
No, so it's not water that we're breathing. Oh, oh crap! That's not great.
No.
I mean, that's my guess.
So,
I'm
What
like
is-
motioning, like, get the.
what is everybody else's constitution modifiers? Like, Tamati's fine. Like, you could be here a few more minutes without any problems.
Just use
But,
+3.
3.
okay.
So it's 1 minute for every Constitution point, right?
Yeah, it's like 1 minute plus 1 minute for every constitution mod.
I'm gonna
So, yeah.
at this point I'm gonna pull
I
out my
have 4
siege model
minutes.
and use kind of the spiked end and kind of like hit these hit these crystals
Smash it,
harder.
man.
Actually, I'm gonna aim for the rock underneath the crystals. See if I can loosen it up that way. So I try and avoid hitting the crystals as much as possible.
Okay, yeah, make an attack.
Okay.
Just
14. Full attack is plus 10, so 24.
all right. I'm not going to make you roll damage for it. You do, like, you feel the rock starting to give, but it looks like it's going to take a few more hits like that before you can get.
Okay.
But you're
Can
probably
I-
not going to want to do it all at once. You're probably going to want to go breathe and come back.
Yeah. Yeah. That much exertion underneath the water. Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say, in the part where he's already like cracked it, can I stick a dagger in there to try and make a chisel? I guess. Does that
Yeah,
make
like-
sense?
Yeah, like a lever, he can hit that next time and it'll help widen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
and
it's
he can
not your
have a
favorite
little more
dagger.
like.
I
force.
like really like with my daggers, they can release that like fire, whatever. I guess that probably wouldn't work in
Fire
the
burst.
water. Yeah.
Do extra damage, but I don't know. Yeah, like you're saying,
Yeah.
how much effective that would be. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna get a good whack. See that it's cracking a little bit. Swim back out. Take a breath for a second,
Yeah.
and then go back down. Take another hit.
I have to go, guys. But
Night.
Okay.
Nice.
Good night.
You're alive!
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you.
gonna
Let's
I'm gonna
see,
swim
who...
up to check on Mouse and Zafine and breathe.
Yeah.
Jazul will get out and then come back. So
Oh, we lost Craig at some point.
No.
Oh,
Craig!
no!
When did we lose Craig?
There
just
was
when-
one point where Daniel said that I dropped out, but it wasn't me.
That might have been when we lost Craig.
I do
Man,
have a backup
I mean,
recording. It won't be as good, but I've got at least
At,
some.
at least
so.
there's something.
No. No more Aethor Lake. Please no Aethor Lake. I will
Right?
keep this recording, dang it.
Yeah, no more
Learn from
lost
my
content
mistakes.
from our...
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Whew. Don't do that, Craig. Okay.
Yeah. After I give Tamachi the dagger lever thing to hit the siege maul with, I'm gonna swim up and check on Zafine and Mouse.
Okay. Yeah, Mouse is a little shaken, but she's back to, like, she's fine now. She's breathing okay.
Okay.
Dying.
And then I hold my breath and try to go back and be useful.
Well, and I can go back, but I'm like, Mouse, nope.
Can,
Like,
Is
the reason it snuck up on her so much is that, like, you're still breathing liquid. It's still going through your system. You're just not getting what you need. And so it's...
That's so weird.
Creepy.
Love it. Love it. Okay.
Hey.
I'm gonna use the omnipotent toothpick. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep swinging at the rocks beneath the crystals and see if we can get a large enough chunk.
All
I
right.
mean, not that I know how much large enough chunk we're gonna need, but a couple sizable pieces at least.
Yeah, a couple of trips up and down, you're able to break through and get a large chunk, and then a lot of the crystals are loosened enough that they kind of are able to come free.
Get some smaller things. Yeah, that'd be great. Sweet.
Let's see. I think I have an empty potion settle. I don't think I have any more potions.
we have a bag of holding too.
Oh, I have 4 potions. But I'm gonna I guess I wouldn't have my gear on me though. We probably left that on the shore. I'm gonna take my cloak off and try and get as many of the pieces in my cloak as I can.
Yeah.
And tie up my cloak around them.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be good.
trying to be useful.
Yeah. Yeah, that perception check had a high DC that Mouse made, but it was basically to see if she could tell that she was not
Breathing.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Getting much needed.
Okay. Well,
So as you come back up from this little underwater pool area, you see another ghostly figure walking up, like, towards the ladder and then climbing up.
We're like,
There's, after a moment, a few more ghostly figures appear near where the hole that you came in is. They're making motions like they're trying to bail water, and then one of them, like, looks up in panic, motions to the other, and both of them are sort of blasted back, then sucked out through the hole. And just as you see them sucked through the hole, you see that one of them, the upper half of his body, just disappears.
oh jeez. It's like
you got eaten.
visions of the past type thing going on. Something just ripped him apart. No.
So bad.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Crap.
So they're not there anymore. They've disappeared.
Yeah, they've disappeared.
And it looks like they were trying to get water out of the ship. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So how many crystals do we have?
You have quite a few. You probably have enough to work with.
Hopefully, because
No, I don't like this music.
Oh, it's so good.
This music.
Yes.
All right, should we get out of here?
Enjoy the tense.
Do you want to just leave, or do you want to explore? That's.
I really want to explore more, but at the same time, I'm gonna die if I do.
Yeah.
Love this music.
I mean, we could. I mean,
What's that?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it.
Well, we can let's explore more, I guess.
I really want to. I mean, we don't know how to get out of this place anyway. May as well just spend a couple more minutes.
We just saw a guy get like blasted in half. Let's go.
or ripped in half.
Shot his face the whole time. Just...
The
You're
end.
going to kill me again.
Yes.
I'm mad this happened. It's not fun.
These are undead, yeah?
Technically, yeah.
Can I make a check to see if I know what exactly is going on?
Good thing I haven't put my thorn back in yet.
Yeah, you can try.
You do that though sometimes.
Okay. What check is it?
Arcana.
This tense music.
Arcana. Oh my gosh. This is even worse because I put my headphones on.
Yes. Yes.
It's so immerse.
I don't like it. 24.
Okay. Yeah, it's real haunted in here.
It's
It's real haunted.
Super haunted.
You just breathed into their microphone. I did not appreciate that. Oh.
But I don't want to split the party. So if the guys are going gallivanting, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we can't leave if they're gonna
Is
run around
down
like
in the
crazy
ship
people.
not the water, or what is it?
What's
So
that?
it's like head down, and that's the bow immersed
Yeah.
in the floor.
Can-
where we
can-
found-
The bow is where you came in,
Opposite direction.
and
Is
it's
it-
like the.
Is the water down there?
Water, but
like that's the area where the pool was. That
barrier.
like you're still like the place where you just spied the ghost was back where you came in, at the hole that you came in through up and
back in
kinda,
regular water. Yeah.
He just wants to keep track so it doesn't suffocate.
yeah.
Right now, yeah, we're above that water line, so
Okay,
we're
cool.
breathing fine.
I mean, against my better judgment, we could find some really cool stuff. So maybe.
I mean, I kind of want to go find the captain's quarters.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Make a perception check. Whoever wants to. Anybody, everybody, if you want. But, like,
I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
My perception isn't as
That's a
good 'cause I
natural
don't have Loki
19.
with me.
Oh, plus 10? That would be a 29. Man, I'm rolling good.
Quick
today.
shit.
okay.
I
Got
can
it
see
covered.
everything.
Yeah, you...
12.
Okay, yeah, Tamati, you see that the place where you came in, like that big opening in the hole where the ghost just got sucked out and half-eaten, essentially, that when you look through that, you are seeing the backs of yourselves right now. And the ship, it's just like infinity. You're just seeing the ship stretch out
What
with
in the...
you standing at the bottom each time.
Doesn't make any sense. What is that?
What did he get on his roll?
29.
Okay, because I got a 20.
Yeah, you also see the same thing. Jisoo is apparently a little distracted by like the other ghost. Like you're like looking at the ladder that the other ghost went up. And,
Just thinking, ha! I don't have my thorn in right now.
yeah.
Down towards me.
Oh man, so many things going through my head right now. I'm like, it's probably the eye of some giant monster that just has some weird reflection through it and just staring at us. Like, picking up the ship like, oh, what is going on? That is so creepy. While I'm staring at myself, I want to like move my arm a little bit.
Yeah,
See if
it
just reflects.
moves perfectly in time with you.
I snap my finger. Cool. Does
Yeah.
it come back around? I'm just kidding.
It's almost like a mirror, except for the fact that you're looking at the back of yourself, which is
Yeah.
not something that you're...
That's not normal. That's not normal.
Oh. I can picture it now. Okay.
Yeah, it's essentially that, like, the front of the ship where you came in has just become a portal to the hole behind you where you were just mining out those crystals. Like, the ship is just repeating itself.
I'm gonna look behind me. Does it do the same thing?
No, behind you, you just see the cavern with the crystals.
Oh crap.
We're not just lost, we're like interdimensionally lost.
Yeah. It's gonna get a whole lot worse. Here we go.
Oh no.
If I move closer to the reflection, like does the reflection stay where it's at as I'm moving closer?
No,
Or does it kind of move with me?
you watch yourself walking further away, you're staying a consistent distance away from yourselves, and it just, you get up to it, and if you wanted to, you could step through to where you started.
Oh, so you can't escape kind of thing? You just like go through the almost like portal kind of thing?
Yep.
Except the back of you.
Which, by the way, I will have you know, I rolled on a table for this effect. I'm not railroading you to stay here.
No, this is cool. I like this. This is
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, and so if I walk through, I just start right back where I was. That is
Yeah,
cool.
You walk through and you're just back down, like, back in the underwater pool again.
Oh, do I?
Seriously?
Do the rest of us notice this after they kind of are
Yeah,
examining?
it becomes pretty clear after a minute once you... But from back on the other side of the ship, it would have been easy to miss, so...
I'm I'm gonna see if I can reach it, like pick up a rock or something and just throw it, and see if the rock hits me in the back.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Dang it.
Like a thrown attack, just
Yeah.
an
13 plus strength plus proficiency. That's 10, so 23.
Do you hit your own AC?
Oh man, I whacked myself in the back of the head so hard. Oh. Yep, that'll do it.
Yeah, you just watch sort of off in the distance as a little line of blood just starts to drip down the back of your head.
Oh no! No! I'm gonna kind of like smack his shoulder and then point up, like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh no, boy.
And I think Tamati, he should be able to sit with that little snack in the head, but I don't want him to be bleeding and attracting attention.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna heal that real quick.
Yeah.
It's so disappointing. Let's see. What about the? Man, I still want to know the captain's quarters. She's probably got maps and all kinds of stuff. We can find out where the ship came from.
Does it seem like the loop includes, like, if we were to go towards the opening, would we loop? Going
Yes.
towards the opening hole. Okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Or that is the portal.
like you'd loop going out the way you came in. You don't see the same effect in the other direction in the cavern under the surface of the pool, but that doesn't extend much more than maybe another 20 or 30 feet inward.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure
the
I'm...
ladder. Like, does it look like it would loop if we tried to follow the ladder?
You can't really tell. The ladder leads up into other levels of the ship. You're not seeing the same effect there, though. Like, it just...
Okay.
Yeah, let's follow that ghosty.
So just to make sure I'm understanding what's happening, we came down, went into the pool, came back, and now we're looping?
Yeah. So instead of going out through the hole that we came in, you're cycling through that hole back to where we started.
Got
back
it.
to where we're standing. So.
Okay. Then I redact my earlier statement about saying we need to leave because we can't get out.
We can't.
So far, we need to find another exit, is what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
somebody
I'm with
ordered
Lucy,
their
we should
ship
check-
extra hunted, so...
That'd be me. Thank you very much.
I don't like it.
Yeah, thanks. Not my order. Take it back.
Not what I
That's right.
Not what I signed up for.
Yeah.
This is full on what I signed up for. Okay. Yeah. Let's head toward the ladder and see if we can make some kind of movement other than back where we started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you head up the ladder, you pass up onto the next floor of the ship, where it kind of breaks into a series of hallways that lead down to the different sides of the ship. That it also continues further up onto what you assume are another level, and then probably the top decks. It kind of ends in a trap door at the top. So.
Cool. All right, everybody, which direction do we want to go? Can I tell what this deck would have been? Like it was a crew quarters or?
I kind of want to check around for more ghosts while we're up here.
Yeah.
For more what?
Ghosts.
More ghosts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't currently see any ghosts. You do see Tamati, at least you'd know from your time aboard ships that generally this deck is where the crew's quarters would be.
Okay.
The captain's quarters are usually up like in a cabin near the top of the ship.
Well, I'm going to start making my way toward the captain's quarters. Just 'cause,
Okay.
I mean, in my mind, if the rest of the ship is claustrophobically locked off, if it's kind of reflecting what's happened previously, then usually captain quarters are more protected, more isolated.
Yeah. All right. So you keep going up the ladder, another deck. You head off in the direction that you know the captain's cabin usually is. And as you approach that end of the hallway, it's like a far hallway, and the captain's cabin would be at the end of it. You actually sort of see a silvery surface, and you pass up through into air. It's very stale air, but there's this part of the ship, at least, has not been flooded.
Fantastic. That makes no sense. Oh boy.
Did we all follow Daniel in?
I would have followed because, any direction that's not a looping portal is better than
right?
not.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't really care. We're moving forward.
Yeah.
Anything along the way that I've seen, like any iconography or anything kind of that I would recognize? Probably.
You see that there is scrolling along the walls written in giant.
Okay.
And it appears to be just sort of like a running history of the ship, which is a practice that you've sort of seen something like this. It's usually not seen anymore, but some old sailors would talk about ships that had like sort of the history of the ship written into the bones of the ship itself, like
so
wherever
cool.
the structural wood that holds it together.
Yeah.
The owners of the ship would mark down the major events of the ship's existence. And you get the impression that this was a pretty active pirate ship. This was a very...
Fantastic.
that they conducted a lot of raids. They stole a lot of gold from other ships at sea, but yeah, it's
sweet. Kind of
the door to the captain's cabin is kind of jammed, but not completely. Like you can sort of press it in a few inches, but it doesn't quite want to give to open.
And I probably can't tell just from the crack that's there of what's blocking it.
No.
Okay. Now at this point where we're at the door, is the water level lower, or is it like the same height as?
At the angle you're at, you're basically up out of the water. Okay. At this point, like the water ends just a few feet before the end of this hallway.
Okay, so I'm gonna look back at everybody and be like, okay, I mean, do we want to break through the door? Yeah, right. At least we found some kind of air.
Yeah, we're here. What's the worst that can happen?
Not even I say that anymore. And I'm gonna go out the door. Try and pop it in.
All right. Make an athletics check.
Okay. 11 plus 13, 24.
Okay. You it doesn't give when you collide, but you feel it kind of pressing, so you keep pushing.
Yeah.
And you hear the sort of grinding screech of wood against wood, and you
Oh, good. Captain
push.
barricaded himself in. Okay, here we go.
You can see as the door opens that the timing and the music, man. The captain had pushed a desk up against this door, and leaning against the other side of it as you push it open enough to get in and kind of step past where the desk is now moved, you see a skeleton kind of just crumbled up against the other side of the desk. It's a big skeleton, and after a moment's examination, you're pretty sure this was a Goliath. He it's wearing an eye patch, and
Music man.
Ooh.
and the rest of the room, it's in very good condition still. There's no water damage in here, so apparently in the course of the sinking of the ship, the water never got in here.
I'm gonna like.
It's well furnished, well kept, other than the fact that, there's a desk and a skeleton in the middle of the room now.
Right.
And this is a room we can breathe in, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Open air.
Do we have questions?
What do we do? Where are we going?
Yeah. But we have to speak with dead.
Pirate.
We have to speak with Dad.
Last time we did this, it was in the pocket plane.
Pocket dimension.
Last time we talked with the Goliath, so I'm fully on board. I got some good stuff out of that one.
Yeah.
If you're willing.
You see a couple of large chests along one wall, and
Double check, make sure they're not mimics.
Wait, you said there's chests?
Yeah.
yes.
If we're gonna open them, Mouse will open them with.
Check for traps. Check for locks.
Yeah. Check for traps. Try and lockpick it.
See if one of them's got a tongue in the middle of it.
Yeah. One of the chests is unlocked, and as the mage hand carefully opens it, it is just like it's basically the captain's dresser. He kept his clothes here. The other one is locked and is gonna have to be picked or broken.
But before that, Mouse will take out the clothes and put them in the bag of holding for Maki.
Yeah. Are they? They're still in decent condition.
Yeah, they're in perfect condition. It's very expensive clothing. From the look of it too. It's finery.
Okay, so you.
Captain, the captain was a bit of a dandy. It seems it's very brightly colored, very frills everywhere, and
Why do I
There's one in every
imagine?
crowd.
I imagine Robert De Niro from Stardust.
Yes.
Yes. Immediately, same thought. Absolutely.
So she'll do a check for traps first.
Okay.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't have it on her. 22. Investigation.
Okay. Yeah, careful examination and sort of feeling around with Mage Hand, she's able to find that there is in fact a dart trap mechanism that,
Mouse.
Glad.
or at least it appears to be a simple dart trap, but roll to disarm it.
Well, since she now has reliable talent, she can't roll under a 10.
Yeah.
So that is. Sorry. 23. Oh, no. Wait.
Nice.
Yeah, 23.
Nice.
We.
So she feels around, she looks for the mechanism, she makes sure everybody is out of the line of fire for the dart trap, and she triggers it from a distance with the mage hand, and 3 darts do kind of flit into the wall directly across, but also the blade of a sword just slices straight through. If someone had not disarmed this and known it was there, it would cut them in half.
Yeah.
It would just completely.
I'm just over here nice job.
And inside, as soon as the lid is open, you can already see the sparkle of just all kinds of riches. There are thousands of gold pieces, there are platinum pieces, gems of several kinds. There's a metal shield, there's a helmet of some kind, there's a wand, there's a figurine of a marble elephant.
Ugh, I wish I could, like, check and see if any of them was, like, cursed.
Yeah.
I'm getting, like, Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. Like, the whole thing is just cursed.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm ready for good cursing. I mean,
Yeah.
Where?
How much of that will fit in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
You can fit all of this.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah,
Load it up.
I think
man.
she has. I think Mouse got identify ritual, but we'll do that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not worry
Yeah,
about
no,
that while we're here.
toss it in.
That's more beach party test.
Yeah.
We don't want to
let
get
me
cursed.
see.
Mouse like super sad. Like, could you send? Do you have a written down on the computer all this stuff?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Just
Grazie.
This heartbeat effect is driving me nuts.
Oh, I know.
There's a few things that really creep me out. Heartbeat is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know what it is about it. It just maybe because this goes
Somebody
faster
keeps
than my heartbeat
breathing
is.
into their mic too.
Or
And I
different.
Probably. Right.
I don't hear the breathing in the mic.
It's like
That
that.
one I heard. Wasn't me that time.
Yeah, probably.
Totally.
Because I don't hear it, so probably me.
Whoa!
Dang.
Wow.
2 black opals, blue sapphire. Oh yeah. Ooh, fire opals are so pretty. Magic
Ooh,
shield, magic
okay.
helm,
Ooh.
wand.
Okay,
marble, figurine. Yeah.
What questions do we have for Captain Goliath here?
I'll be right back. I'm going to take Ellie up to Heidi.
okay.
I've got 3 so far. but
Nobody
they're-
can see me, right?
Nope. Is that by design?
Yeah, nobody can see me, and I can't see anybody else. So
Oh man. Oh, heartbeat. It's freaking me out.
Yeah.
It's not even as like it's that creepy. It's just unsettling.
Yeah.
yeah,
You can ask up to 5 questions. I can only think of 3
Yeah.
right now.
5 yes or no questions.
Yes or no
Okay.
questions?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was just a question.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey.
Welcome
Well, we
back.
can consult about our questions before we
Oh
ask
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we haven't cast the thing yet, but I was thinking like, who are you? How did you get here? What are you hiding from? That's my biggest question.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Does it have to be yes and no questions?
Oh, hold on.
They do or they don't.
I didn't think they did.
You asked us
No,
for.
they-
Oh, it's just questions. It's
Okay.
just questions.
Yeah, they don't have to be yes or no questions.
Sorry, I was confusing it with commune, which is yes or no questions. Where are you
That one you got
from?
3. So yeah, where?
Yes.
Who are you? How'd
Who
you
are
get
you?
here?
Where are you from? How did you
Where are
get
you
here?
from?
What are you heading from?
Yeah, I definitely want to know who he is.
Yeah.
And we have one more question.
How do you get out?
I was thinking something along those lines, but he probably died before it
You
was,
can't.
like
yeah.
Like, how do you get out? I didn't. Like,
Right?
Still working on that one.
Like, what happened? Did we already ask that
Yeah,
one?
that's what I was thinking of, was what
Yeah.
happened here.
That's a good one.
So happened here. Okay. So we have, who are you? Where are you from? How did you get here? What happened here? And what are you hiding from?
Perfect.
Yes?
Yeah.
I dig.
Okay.
No pressure.
I'm gonna go.
Are we gonna have Tamati ask because he's like got the Goliath rapport?
She's gonna ask because she's casting the spell.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
I want to learn
Yeah,
Speak with
says I
Dead just
have to
because
ask.
half the things we find are dead Goliaths.
Third level. Third level.
My race is dying off, my friends.
So I'm gonna go and cast Speak with Dead on our dear captain friend over here.
Alright. So you kneel down next to the skeleton and you perform the ritual motions that weave the magic into it. And you see the limp skeleton just kind of leaning back and its head just kind of like...
So creepy.
His jaw, it's like open, kind of like clicks back over into place with a...
Oh, I never get used to that.
So when I cast Speak with Dead, I kind of imagine it kind of coming from her Callan Vale face and when she was living in the village. And so she kind of traces the triquetra in the air, grabs it, and then kind of blows at the corpse
Cool.
Yeah.
in order to breathe life into it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just pictured that. I was like, that's so cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
The faint blue lights begin to glow in the sockets of the eyes.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Gonna ask those questions, or you're gonna stare at each other for a while?
Oh! I didn't know what was happening because I heard you talking, and then the next thing I know, it sounds like somebody's dying on Chris's end. And just everything was quiet. So I didn't know what was going on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're okay. We can wait for Chris to be back if you...
Yeah, let's wait for Chris.
Yeah.
Did he say anything to us when he came to life?
Other than the gasp of like you know, that
Yeah.
breath. Like, no, there's...
Okay. Is Chris back? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah, he's back.
Yes,
With
he's
Frozen.
back.
Okay. So I turn my attention to the skeleton and I say, who are you?
I was called One-Eye Rackham.
One-Eye Rackham. Where were you from? Where are you from?
Then far to the north.
To the north? That was what I heard.
Zephen.
The blue Goliaths.
Oh, it's right there. That's where the old blood lives.
Yeah.
Ooh! How did you get here?
Do you, like, hear... I feel like you need to be a little more specific, just so...
Okay.
We could always ask the other questions first and then come back to that one.
Yeah, good idea. What happened here?
My men and I, 2 days ago, and this is 2 days relative to his death. He's
I was like, that's not 2 days ago from us. Yeah.
This is not.
It's definitely relative. Either that or time screw.
We're like, this was 2 days ago.
Wait, what happened 2 days ago?
He's getting
Nothing.
to
It's
that.
just
He just
Okay. Oh, okay.
My man and I 2 days ago.
yeah. After months of searching, found Rossi's treasure.
Rossi's treasure?
We celebrated for 2 days. And upon returning to sea, the ship hauled hard to the port side. After a blow, I ran to the edge to see, and I saw it. The Road Kembinger. Size of a whale, evil eyes. Disappeared beneath the surface. Rammed into the ship 3 more times. All in the same place. Near the bow. Cracked the hull a little more each time. Sent some of the boys down to try to patch up the hole. That's when it broke through.
That's the ghosties.
Took maybe 30 minutes before the ship was completely underwater.
That's fast.
Picked off the men one by one. Barricaded myself in here in hopes that it would leave. It didn't.
Oh no! It's still
Kept hearing thumps. Like it knew I was in here. It was mocking me. Right up to the end. Did myself in. Better than starving or becoming a meal for that thing.
Jeez. Well, 2 more questions than the original ones we had were already answered.
Okay. What did he say it was called that he was hiding from?
The Road Kembinger.
Road.
Dang it!
Holy cow. That's a word. I gotta copy and paste that word because there's no way I'm gonna be able to spell that.
Yeah.
Okay, what other questions can we ask him? We can always ask him where the treasure's buried.
Unless that's what we just grabbed.
right.
At least part of it.
I mean, why not?
I mean, Tamati, you'd probably know that even if, like, you weren't a pirate, but you're pretty sure that if the captain tried to keep the entire horde to himself, there would be a mutiny real quick.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well, I'm just wondering if like he buried it on a different island before he set sail again, or if he,
Or somewhere on this island.
So
Yeah, we could just ask where it's in.
which question do we want to swap out for where the treasure is located?
How'd you get here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that kind of answered how he got here.
Yeah.
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 So,
It also answered what he's hiding from.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Where is Rossi's treasure?
What's his treasure?
Is it Rossi's treasure or Rossi's?
Rossi.
Can't remember now. Where is Rossi's treasure located now?
Spread through the ship. Some lost. Through the hull. Remains. Mates' quarters. Crew's quarters. Anywhere the men kept their things.
I know what I want to ask for my curiosity, but it doesn't do anything good for anybody else.
What's your question? I mean,
We have some space.
Well, it's about the old blood.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just, give me more information.
like,
but-
what do you know? What do you know of the old blood?
Yeah, something like that. Or are you a member of the old blood? Not that it's gonna do any good, because then he's gonna die, and that's gonna be the end of it. This guy's gonna die. But,
Right.
Yeah, I think we should get what he knows.
Yeah.
Then if he doesn't know anything, then we're none the wiser. And if he knows something, then we know about it.
Sure.
So he said he's from where? Just so I
Zephen.
can phrase it. Zephen?
Yeah.
It's like
Zephen.
Okay.
And I'd show you the map, but I've got it all buried in dice.
Okay, so you say you're from Zephen. What do you know of the old blood?
There's no answer. Doesn't know anything.
I mean,
That'll do it.
yeah.
Yes, that's our question.
Darn it. So hopeful.
Are you all out of questions then?
That
yeah,
would be the fifth
that was
one.
the last question.
Okay. Yeah, the light goes out in the sockets and it just kind of slumps over again with the clicking of dry bones against one another.
right back.
Okay.
There's the map.
With the force of the slump back over, the jawbone falls completely off and just clatters to the floor now.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put my hand on its skull and say, "Go in peace, brother." And then take the eye patch.
Okay.
It's kind of a way of
I'm gonna-
remembering the dead, you know. I got the the headdress from the other guy, and
Yeah.
part of me really hopes it's magical. You have
I
better
want
night
to
vision.
druid craft something and leave it here, but I'm not sure exactly what to. Up in the north, I assume it's cold.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna craft like a ring of, I think they're snow lilies.
Okay.
I have to double check real quick that this is an actual thing.
Close enough.
But they're like one of the first flowers to bloom through the snow. I think it's a snow lily. I just read about it in my book. But I'm gonna craft a chain of them and leave it like on his wrist, and then like cross his wrist like this across his chest.
What I miss?
They're paying their final respects to the dearly departed captain.
Oh, are we done with the questions?
Yeah. We asked, the last question was about
Yeah.
the old blood, and he didn't know anything. So
Okay.
I took his eye patch.
So
Ooh,
before we leave
what
out
weapons
to where
does he
we
have?
can't talk again.
Do you guys have any weapons?
He has what appears to be just an ordinary non-magical scimitar on his waist.
Ooh.
A couple of small, like, bejeweled daggers that look fancy but aren't magical. He wasn't carrying any magical weapon.
Pirate sword.
Yeah. It is, like, a very fine sword. It looks like a nice piece of craftsmanship.
Dude, captain of a ship.
I mean, I'm not opposed. But I've so many weapons on me right now. Yeah, I'll put the sword in the bag of holding. I'm gonna get out all fancy up, but I don't have a fancy sword.
Yeah, whatever. Like, it is kind of odd to you that there is no rust on the blades of these weapons, in spite of the fact that it's very wet down here, and all the leather and stuff is rotted away, fabric is rotted away. But yeah, the weapons all appear to be in good condition.
Do I know anything about the, what do you call it? The Rodkin finger?
I mean, you could make a nature check.
Okay.
Or possibly a history check, I guess, either.
Ooh, I got an 18 on that.
Those are Loki's stats. Let's not use Loki's stats.
Yeah.
So you said either nature or history, which those are the same for me, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna just roll one. Oh, goody, that's a 12.
Yeah, you're not familiar with the word at all.
Anybody know what a Rotenbinger is?
Was it a history?
I know.
History or nature?
Oh, Daniel's not in Discord right now.
Uh-oh.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I got a
22.
Yeah.
yeah. Do that.
There he is. Now he's back.
There he is, he's back.
Or is he? I don't hear him.
Daniel!
What?
He's back in here, and I see him speaking, but...
Can you hear us? Are we playing underwater gestures?
Water gesture.
Yeah, apparently my other
Oh, there
machine's
you
Discord decided just to stop working. So
Oh yeah.
luckily, I switched really fast.
So yeah, Jasu actually has some familiarity with this. Um, like you don't know it well, but somewhere along the line, maybe someone you spoke to, someone like you picked up something, you've heard the word before, and you know that the Rodkeminger, it basically means red crest or red comb, and you know that there are a species of essentially evil carnivorous whales called the Ilveli.
Hmm.
And the Rodkeminger is like a legendary Ilveli that had red spikes or red growths along the top of its body and grew even larger than the others.
Cool.
It's from an old fisherman who gave me a quarter when I was
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
Bad eyesight, so I didn't drown.
Yeah, they're big, they're fast, they're mean, malicious, evil, carnivorous. Like, intelligent enough to be hateful, if not, like, known for...
Oh my gosh.
Well, this is gonna be a fun walk back.
Yeah.
I will say that all of the written giant that you've seen, I guess pretty much everything that Rackham said would have been in giant, so
Sweet.
only those who speak giant would have actually been able to understand what he was saying.
Me!
Me too. Aw.
I was like, ooh, I think I know that
speak
word.
like 5 languages.
Yeah.
Taught you all the swear
But
words, don't worry
all
about
of the script along the walls, the name of the ship, it's all in a very, very strange dialect of giant that you've never seen before. That is very, like, it feels very archaic and old, and it is nothing like anything you've seen in use. Even the oldest, like, texts and scrolls that are still left and owned that you've witnessed in your life, it's like they still feel more modern than this does. It's like it's almost unrecognizable written. Like, you can make out enough to understand, but
it. Interesting.
the syntax is weird, the grammar is unfamiliar, it's like everything is arranged in different ways than you're used to it being, and so it's almost like using English as an example. If you put like just completely mix it up so that the noun occurs at the very, very end of the sentence and is like, you know, the verb at the very beginning and then modifiers for each in between. Like that sort of, like...
Kind of the, like, Yoda dialect where it just is not quite...
Yeah, kind of like... You know, it would... Reading it with your knowledge set, it would kind of, like, one of the entries along the wall would be something like, let's see, like... I guess I didn't... It'd be more like verb, noun, modifiers, and it's like the words that modify the noun are immediately after it, but the words that modify the verb are at the very end. So it's just like... like, rated ship wealthy mightily rapidly. Like, you know, it's just like this sort of... It feels very disjointed, and the words used are spelt differently than you're used to seeing them, and even the runes look unfamiliar. It's like just enough for you to recognize the shape.
Mm-hmm. I missed what the fish in question is. I caught that it's carnivorous and red and mean.
Whale. Bigger than
Yeah,
whales.
it's a member of a species called the Ilveli, which are basically, it's literally just evil whales.
It's the whale belly.
Yeah.
Moby Dick.
Yep.
And it's just a particularly big and nasty one that has like a red crest or cone along the upper part of its body.
Mm-hmm.
Evil, cranky dragon whale.
Yeah,
Ooh.
like
Dragon whale. I don't
Like
like the sound of that.
yeah, like a Kemminger is basically one of the types of Ilveli, and a Rod Kemminger is like they occur very rarely. They're bigger, they're meaner, and they're like kind of like a mutation of the base species that just comes up every once in a while.
I see. Well,
Just for good measure, Murmur is able to explain to you guys that that pool down at the bottom of the ship was actually, like, he wasn't aware of it at first, but he, like, something kind of, like, jogged in his brain, and he realizes that it's a brine pool, where it is essentially much, much saltier, much denser water that is completely anoxic. There's no oxygen in it. It's just like,
I'll do it.
and so
They're
like
not even magical.
yeah, you're
That'll
still
take-
breathing water. There's just no oxygen to be had from it, and so it doesn't do your body any good to breathe it.
Interesting.
Doesn't do the body
And-
good.
Because it's so salty, the brine preserves things that die in it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's a real thing. Brine pools exist in the actual world.
Yeah, dude.
that's
Totally sounds
terrifying.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
like
Well.
only terrifying because it's in a ghost ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess next step is finding a way out.
The next,
Yeah. That's what I
Do
was
we want to
just
go
about to
check
ask.
the crew quarters? Because he said there might be some goodies in there.
Oh, now who's like a more treasure hunter-y? I'm on board. Like I'm not knocking the
Gotta have
idea.
the right character.
Do we want to call it good soon-ish? Because it's already like past midnight.
Woo.
Yeah,
That's a
we
good-
should probably
we
call
like-
it.
Break in the captain's quarters.
We'll have a natural break point pretty soon.
Cool.
So
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, but until then, let's check out those quarters. Find some more treasure.
Raid the
Yeah.
crew.
Yes.
I mean, one of us is gonna die anyways.
Partition.
Well,
Yeah.
the captain specifically mentions the mate's quarters and the crew's quarters.
Mhm.
We could check
Yeah,
one of
the-
those places first.
Okay, let's split up.
Yeah.
Let's not.
No.
Not opposed. Okay, let's go to crew's quarter. Or wait, no. What's the story just below us? Would that be the mate's quarters?
the first mate's quarters would be fairly nearby. Yeah.
Let's do that one.
Yeah,
first,
let's go there first.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. Just need to know something about if the next set of treasure you guys will come across.
Yeah.
But the first mate's chamber is about half underwater when you get there. It's there's one side of the room that is like dry, and the other half is submerged. It's kind of tilted at such an angle that it's...
Sweet.
And there's another large chest here. It doesn't look like it is quite as well made as the captain's chest, and like it's very obviously trapped. Like you don't even have to make a check to know that it's trapped.
Nice.
Like you can just look at it and see, like, you know, that there's like very badly hidden under the sort of half-closed lid. You can see that there are like just these blades that are... It's nothing like as fancy as the captain's. It looks like there's a decent chance that it would just kind of fall apart if you opened it without disarming it. It's and like what was here is like close enough to the water that the mechanisms of the trap look very rusty. You can see some rusty gears and...
Sweet. Let's open it.
It is actually rusted shut. Like you can... It's open enough for you to see that there's stuff there, but it is like rusted closed. It'll have to be broken.
Sounds like a Siege Maw kapop the lid.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just take a nice, easy aim strike and just go.
Okay. Make an attack with your Siege Maul.
So a 3 plus 10 is 13.
Okay, and damage. It's max damage, isn't it? Or
max
double
damage.
damage? I don't...
It's max damage against inanimate structures, so it's 2d6 plus 6 is my strength. So that's
18.
20. What? 18? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as like kind of low class and grungy as it looks, it is surprisingly solid, but the blow does whack loose the mechanism, and you see like this dagger trap that like just sort of half-heartedly like it just kind of like pops out about an inch, and you're like, oh no. And,
Nice.
but inside there is a large quantity of golds and more precious stones, and there's also a magical scroll with some kind of arcane scribblings on it that none of you recognize, and there's a magical rod of some sort.
Can I take a look at the scroll?
Sure.
It's curse paper. What's like that
Is
black
it
dot?
something?
What's
The
that?
black spot!
Is it something that I can decipher with the Eyes of the Rune Keeper?
You know it's a spell. You can sort of recognize it. It's like pretty considerably above the level of spell you're used to working with. So it's kind of like you recognize some of these symbols, but at least without identification, it's a little above your pay grade right now. You don't know what you're...
Okay.
The scroll of Tarrasque something.
No.
Let's go find Zerafall and pop it out.
Go the 9 hells. Asmodeus.
I'm out.
We have a surprise for you.
A new pet for you.
Go to hell. Oh wait.
Already there.
Let's see. Those are the contents of the mate's chest.
Nice.
Ooh.
Fantastic. Okay.
Cool.
And there's one more level down below. That's probably going to be the crew's quarters. Are we going to go that far, or are we trying to look for a way out on these 2 levels?
Might as well
Just going for it.
check the cruise quarters.
Let's do it.
Let's loot them all!
The crap that we're probably gonna have to go through with.
Pirates, pirates! Woo!
We gotta make it pay off.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 sec.
I mean, I already got that bluefish. So, I mean, the star snapper.
Yeah. I'm actually, the Star Snapper is part of my doodles tonight.
Yeah.
Alright, so you make your way down to the crew's quarters. This is like a barracks or a dormitory, like a big shared room that just has a bunch of places for what you assume were once just hammocks, a few cots. Most of it is not surviving. As you come in here, you see the ghosts of several crew members just kind of shuffling around. Some of them appear to be looking in the foot lockers at the foot of what once were probably cots, but are now just sort of these rotted away frames. And everybody roll a d10.
10. Okay.
This determines how spooked you are. Oh, it's not good.
Okay.
Roll a d10. Okay, got it.
Does everybody roll a d10?
Yeah, everybody roll a d10.
A D10?
Yes.
7.
Okay.
5.
You're witnessing some ghosts shuffling around in the crew's quarters.
Ocho.
7, 8, 5.
What did Zafine get?
7.
7?
Yep.
Okay. That means Tamati is the lucky one here.
Oh no!
Mean spirits!
Oh no!
And, so, Tamati, you, hear the door to the crew's quarters slam shut behind you.
You know, just before I walked through the door and I saw the ghost, I was gonna say, you know what, let's not do this.
You were
I
you?
really honestly was. You're like, you see lots of ghosts. I was about to go, you know what, let's not roll d10. Okay.
Nobody else sees or hears the door slam shut. Only Tamati is seeing this.
Guys.
And,
Dang.
Tamati, as you turn to look at the door, like 2 glaring red eyes, like disturbingly humanoid eyes, but the size of like dinner plates,
Oh no.
just sort of like slowly open on the surface of the door. And behind them, like the surface of the door begins stretching out almost as if it's like fleshy.
Oh, please
and
tell me you didn't do it.
hands from behind the palms just kind of and the eyes remain in the palms of the hands, and they just kind of look in closer at you.
You just stoop the tail, man.
What are you doing?
and they begin crying blood that just drips down the wrists of each hand.
I've answered
And they blink each time they blink. They don't blink in unison, they blink separately. And each time they blink, there is a vertical set and a horizontal set of eyelids that kind of like flip. Like.
Oh, jeez. What is that?
And you hear a whispering voice. just kind of muttering. It seems almost unintelligible. You're not really making out any words, but
Anybody else seen this?
make a wisdom saving throw. And no one else is seeing this.
Dang it! Wisdom saving throw. Part of the ship, part of the crew. Part of the ship, part of the crew. 18 plus wisdom saving throw 6. So that's 14, 24.
Nice. Alright, so you do not begin to succumb to madness.
Good! That's probably best for everybody on that one.
You do gain the frightened condition.
Yep, I'll take it. It's true.
And,
I'm immune to being frightened.
Yeah, that's just gonna linger for a while. And the hands and the eyes just sort of slowly recede back into the surface of the door, and the door silently, opens itself back up again.
Yeah.
Monty, you okay?
Nope.
I guess I can't talk, can I? There's no air in here, right? We're underwater.
Yeah, this is a watery room. So.
Mate's quarters was half and half.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just bubbles floating everywhere.
Bubbles.
Yeah, but there are. All of you do see one of the ghosts just kind of floating, sort of drifting past, blinking at you. That is, whether it is an echo of the moments just before death or after death, it's uncertain, but it's just kind of drifting by.
Do we see anything like treasure chesty immediately in here?
There are some footlockers around the room.
I don't know about taking treasure from ghosts that can see us.
Yeah, and I mean, footlockers are gonna get. Is it worth it? Maybe not.
It's always worth it. I'm just staring at the door.
And the entire ship shakes as you hear a loud thump.
No. Is there a window?
No.
Dang it.
We in so much trouble.
Is there a keyhole in the door?
There probably once was a key mechanism on this door, but it has long since succumbed to rust. It's just...
Well, just like a little hole, I can see here.
I mean, yeah, it just leads back out into the hallway you came from, though.
So technically, since I could see, could I teleport from between the door and outside?
The door's not even shut.
Oh, I thought you said the door slammed and come up and saw the...
Yeah, it did, and then it slowly reopened.
And then it opened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And as far as you guys were concerned, it was never shut. It was only shut as far as Tamati was.
Okay.
So the fact that there was the door, and I'm now frightened. Does that mean I can't go toward the door?
Yeah, it does. You're still frightened of the door.
A monkey.
Oh, I love this game.
Let's just levitate him.
I'm scared of a door.
Just
It's already underwater. You could try breaking through the wall and just going out into open water.
I could definitely do that. I don't know, man. These ships are designed to withstand a crap ton of force. That'll take a while.
Right?
Same time, it has been down here for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's still in... The wood of the ship is in very good condition, but you also have a siege maul that is specifically designed for breaking.
Right, yeah.
Break the stuff.
I love Dungeons and Dragons. Well, since the ship got hit, I'm assuming that stupid whale is outside, so I'm going to see if I can go through the floor instead of the wall.
Sure.
Just because I'm nervous if we open up the wall, it's going to just like, hey, here's Johnny.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, make an attack then.
Actually, let's go through the ceiling.
Okay.
Because in my mind, it's closer to the top of the ship, and there's less chance of us going through that infinite loop. So yeah, I'm gonna go up to the ceiling and start whacking on the ceiling.
Are we gonna check out those lockers or? Nope.
Where there's active ghosts, you're welcome to it, but it'll probably set something off. I'm just saying.
Oh, there's active ghosts. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go through the ceiling.
Okay, make your attack.
13 plus 10, 23.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm not going to make you roll damage. You're, you burst through back into the first mate's
Perfect
quarters here.
Okay.
Is there a window in his room?
There's a porthole.
It's also half and half in here, so.
I want to look through the porthole and see if I can see what's hitting the ship.
And not from this side,
Okay.
at least.
We gotta do something, you guys. We gotta do something.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so we know there's a ladder going up from here into the captain's quarters. Any other doors or anything else? Or is it like a door to the ladder?
Yeah, there's a hallway that goes out into the, you could make it up to the top decks through portholes, or not portholes, but trapdoors. The hallway extends further down into the more waterlogged part of the ship, but there's not really going to be a way out there. It's just...
Okay.
So the captain's quarters, I imagine that being, normally captain's quarters have windows. Were there windows in the captain's quarters?
There was not, because the captain's quarters were far enough into the ship that they're surrounded. That's why he was able to avoid having just
water or anything else, yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm thinking trapdoors to the top. What does everybody else think? Okay.
Yeah. Trapdoor.
Make our way to the top deck.
Yeah.
All right. So you make your way up to the trapdoor, and you open it into the darkness of the open water, and from off to the side, you see this shape just beginning to loom in, almost leering down at you.
No.
This massive toothy maw on this whale-like creature.
Crap.
With razor sharp teeth that are each at least half the length of your entire body.
Yeah.
You would have to imagine that this creature is 80, 90 feet long.
Oh my gosh.
And it sees you. It looks like it's grinning at you.
No, go away.
And it charges forward, and that's where we're gonna end for tonight.